This time on Roadkill, we're back at Dirtfish with the best and worst cars yet. It just shut off again. Our cars suck. They won't even stay long enough to shoot the intro of the show. Look, there's a drone in the tree. We can't even make a drone stay in the air.
We made it.
This is exciting. Look at all the gravel.
That's what makes this place genius, is the gravel. The real question is, why do I want to do this to my car? Because Dirtfish! Oh! Yeah! Ah! Sorry about your car. Yep. This is the episode that you have been asking for ever since we came to this rally school with the General Mayhem. In the last episode of Roadkill, you saw us drive the disgusting Junkyard Mach 1 1,300 miles from California to Washington so that we could come here to Dirtfish, and it wasn't for nothing. Oh yeah! Whoa! You asked for it! You got it! We are back in Dirtfish with all our best project cars! Look at that! We got LaFonda, we got Datsun Mini Truck, we got the Maserati, the Crusher Impala, the Hornet, NASCARlo, and of course, General Mayhem! Hey! Yeah! Boom! Thought this day had never come.
It's glorious!
Look at that!
We get to drive all of this on gravel.
We got to decide who's going to drive what and who and when and how.
We may have to fight, because I kind of want to drive it all.
I know. Okay, so there's 8 cars, so we should each drive 4. I'll passenger with you in 4, you passenger with me in 4.
Okay.
I'm taking Impala so that you don't run it into a tree, because I'll be mad.
Fair enough, I will. I'll take NASCARlo.
Oh, you nab NASCARlo.
Okay, then I'll take Maserati.
I'll take Hornet.
I'm a mini trucker, I'll take the Datsun.
Really?
You get LaFonda.
I got LaFonda? Okay, so you are in Mayhem, Maserati, and NASCARlo, and Datsun.
Yes.
Which leaves me in Disgusting, Impala, Hornet, and LaFonda.
I feel like I'm winning this deal, I really do. I feel like I've already won, actually.
There's no losing, we're at Dirtfish. We have to figure out what we're gonna do for a course here. It's a little bit different than last time, and just for fun, we're gonna do it in the pilot truck. These guys transport our junk all over the country because it generally doesn't run and they take it to shows and stuff. And our favorite driver is Brian. And we're also gonna have Nate from Dirtfish, and we're gonna go find out how much fun we're gonna have.
Notice this is wide, boys. You can use a lot of road here. So very sharp left coming up here. Lots of mud. So right here, and then a big long left around these tires here. Then right, and then immediate left and cross the finish. There's your left, and there's your finish. And stop. Yep. You got that?
Probably not.
No. But even if we did, it wouldn't matter.
Let the violence ensue.
That's right. Good.
I say we save the best for last, which means worst for first.
Which one do you think is worse?
It's either the Datsun or the LaFonda. I don't even know if this thing runs.
This rides horribly.
So does that.
I have no desire to even be in this, even though it's cute. This one, no windshield, no side windows. Let's take this first.
No, let's Rochambeau.
Oh, loser picks whatever they want.
Loser picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
We're going in this. I'm getting you wet.
The very first thing that we're going to run is the vehicle that we presume to be the slowest, and that award goes to the Datsun Mini Truck. This is a 68 Datsun 1200 that we bought back in episode 58 when we also bought my 71 Roadrunner. The Datsun is basically a hodgepodge of booger welds. It's all chopped and sliced up. It's got a narrowed Chevy S10 front clip and a garbage homemade 4-link rear suspension. It's all on airbags. It's got a little Datsun pushrod 4-banger underneath the hood. It rides terrible. It's gutless. It has no windshield. And right now we're gonna find out how much fun it is at Dirtfish.
On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Go, you piece of crap! Oh, straight to the wall! Oh no! I thought you were gonna do it! Woohoo! Oh man, this is awesome! And then right up here. Oh! Whoa! 218.60. That was so cool. Oh, who cares how fast it is or isn't? That was awesome. It slides so good. It does. I was shocked. I had completely forgotten about this truck. I don't think the LaFonda is going to do quite as well.
I'm in love again. We can't get rid of this.
Oh, I don't know if I can call the mini truck good, but it was way more fun than we expected, and it ran 2 minutes, 18.6 seconds.
Next up, LaFonda.
That's gonna be a nightmare.
I feel a little bad being the pilot on this one. This was your baby.
I still have a lot of love for it. I just don't want to ride in it because it rides that horrible.
I know. Let's get it over with.
The next turdiest vehicle in line is LaFonda. This is our 1974 Honda Civic that Finnegan and I bought in episode 59, where we ran it against me in the Mazda RX-7. Remember, this thing has the engine swap in it, where we tore out the original 1200 and put in a 1500, but it runs terrible. Like, legitimately on 2 cylinders. The accessory drive is completely falling apart, and this is the worst riding vehicle in the history of roadkill.
Are you ready for this?
You and LaFonda against the world.
Oh, that's all it's got. There we go. Oh no, we're picking up speed now. Oh wow, that's bumpy. Oh wow, I can go 3rd gear even. Oh, I can feel the rocks hit the floor. They might go through. We actually have to shift it because it's so gutless. No, this is not sounding solid. That is though. Oh yeah, it came up on the cam. Oh, the brakes are terrible. Oh! This thing floats the valves at 1200 RPM. Race car. I didn't hit the wall.
Ah, you're fine. You're not even close. 2.13175. Nice work.
Did I beat the Datsun?
By 5 seconds.
Yes!
This thing rips.
Look how close that came to the wall.
This thing rips. But now I want to know, can the Maserati beat LaFonda?
I don't know.
Motor in the back, rear wheel drive,
More power,
light front end.
no traction.
Let's go find out.
My door handle came off. You can go this way.
It came right in the corner of the door.
Oh, and it died. Okay.
I just gave it a wash, that's
I
all.
thought it was. This was more fun than I expected, actually. It sets up so easy.
I'm genuinely surprised by this.
Man, the LaFonda isn't as much garbage as I expected. It was a riot to hold the thing at wide open throttle the whole time and just have the front wheel drive pull me through the corners. We ran 2 minutes, 13.75 seconds.
You know what? Everything from this point on has ostensibly 8 cylinders.
We haven't seen this thing since you oiled the drag strip.
Well, that's true.
Next up is the Maserati Mini Pickup. Will it run 10s? That's the question that we asked when we raced this thing first at the Optima Ultimate Streetcar Shootout and later at Hot Rod's Drag Weekend. We bought this truck with an Olds 455 V8 in the bed, and it's powering the rear wheels through an Oldsmobile Toronado transaxle. We've drag raced this thing as quick as 11:20 in the quarter mile on nitrous, but we blew fluid all out of the engine, oil everywhere, and the transmission leaks like a lawn sprinkler. The interesting thing is all of the weight of this truck is in the back, so is it going to be like a pendulum just spinning us out in the gravel, or will it be fun?
Okay.
Come on, baby.
Oh, little tail happy. Oh! That almost hurt. I was waiting for that one. Okay, here comes your right-hander.
Not carrying a lot of speed through there.
You're not? Okay, left through the trees. And then up here is the big right-hand sweeper. Chickening out. Not that I should encourage this behavior.
Come on, that was a hell of a save.
Yeah,
There's where we're making that time.
yeah. Until now. Oh, that hurt. Boom! Oh! 2-0. So fastest time yet, although I'd say it was not your best work. Good punt on the tires.
There's a lot left in it, but I'm just happy to be alive because we nearly took out that building.
Yeah.
It's just so unpredictable.
Thing is, I don't care about the time. It's the fun.
Yeah. All right, so 2 flat, right? I don't think the Disgusting beats this.
Are you challenging me right now?
Yeah, I am. We should
Okay.
probably try
Disgusting next.
All
I'm
right.
down with that. Remember, the brakes might not work. That's a good finale. I like that. You watched the engine too.
that. Truck's clean. It's like brand new.
So Finnegan wheeled the Maserati to 2 minutes, 0.00 seconds, the best time so far. The next vehicle is the Disgusting, our 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1 that we pulled out of a junkyard in episode 66. It had been sitting since 1982, but we recently blew up the original 351 Windsor engine and dropped in a 410 cubic inch stroker with the stock FMX automatic transmission, and yep, we drove this thing more than 1,300 miles to Dirtfish in the last episode. Problem is, I love this car, and even though it's bashed and a little bit rusty, I really don't want to make it worse. So I'm going to be really careful not to slide this thing into a tree.
try it.
Oh, that's offensive. You want to start over?
Nah.
Remember, you got a lot of room here.
Doesn't even matter, I spun out. Had to rinse it off.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. Wimpy but good. This car will be great someday when I actually fix it up the right way.
So, never gonna be great. All right.
Well, can you blame me? Yep, I went easy on the disgusting, and as a result, it is slow. 2 minutes, 35.1 seconds. Finally, we're down to a real race car, the NASCARlo. You'll remember this thing has an oval track chassis underneath it. It's an actual race car. It's powered by a Chevy ZZ4 engine. It has a clutchless Jericho 4-speed, a quick change rear end, and a chassis that's been reworked for road racing. We took it and shortened up a 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo body and dropped it over the chassis. It should perform pretty well, but it's still sitting on Hoosier, dead smooth road racing slicks, and we have no idea how that's going to work.
Ready to end the day in the worst vehicle for suffering yet?
Oh, what do you mean? Just because it's got no windshield, no side windows,
The NASCARlo.
holes in the floor.
It lives.
Sure, we won't go through any puddles in this one.
Ready? Let's go!
We have a flat tire.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Wow, Maserati is faster than this?
Yeah, because you were smoother and slower.
I ran over a tire out there somewhere. This is so much more fun than the rest of them.
Yeah, too bad the tire's flat. And too bad the Maserati was faster.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think we're about to get rained out. We're going to have to come back tomorrow.
Are we just going to drive back on the flat? It's already ruined.
Well, that was NASCARlo's greatest moment of all time, and yet it still failed. Or Mike did anyway. He ran into one of those tire barriers out on the track and it folded the sheet metal in, which cut the tire. But before that, It was the greatest thing that we've driven here yet. He was able to just like get in the groove and hang it out, smoother than any of the other vehicles, but still not faster than the Maserati. We're gonna try and fix that tomorrow when we come back and race the Hornet, the Impala, and the General Mayhem. Morning! Looks like we're gonna get a second chance at the NASCARlo.
Look at this. I did a good job on this one.
We?
Well, we're a team.
Oh, okay.
You know, when I'm losing, we're a team.
Right.
When I'm winning, that's all me. So here's how much fun this place is. We needed more laps than NASCARlo, and the cool guys at Dirtfish actually robbed the tires off their 4Runner, stretched them on our dirt track wheels, and they're taller. So now we're about to use pipes and sawzalls to make these tires fit that car just so we can turn more laps.
It's a 31, 10, 50, 15.
I like it.
It's gonna be bad.
Or it's gonna be amazing.
Well, it'll be amazing, but I mean, the hackage is gonna be excessive.
Yeah, but long term, this car needs another body anyway. I enhanced that vehicle.
It fits.
I think this is how they do it on all those car shows on television.
Yeah.
Give it the full Foose treatment.
Not bad. Not good. Should I actually be trusting you with the driving right now?
It's too late. Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna be quicker this time or just more fun?
I don't know. I'm going to surprise you.
Oh yeah! Nice work. All right, what do you want to drive next? Impala. Nice. Oh man! I went down my shirt. I put my legs in the exact wrong place. All the water shot up my rain pants.
I'm sitting in a fish tank now.
Oh, I'm soaked to the balls. Rain pants did nothing. The water came jetting up directly up the rain pants and into my shorts.
Oh, man. I have no idea why I agreed to that. I let Finnegan have extra laps in the NASCARlo, and what does he do? He puddles me, completely soaking me all the way to the shorts. I'm changing clothes.
I got to take Freiburger fishing. Well, it was more like swimming, but either way, I had fun. And the NASCARlo beat the Maserati.
Well, we got two different runs out of the NASCARlo. In the first one, Finnegan completely destroyed one of the tires, cutting it on the sheet metal, and that was 2 minutes, 1.66 seconds. But then the guys at Dirtfish gave us some all-terrains. We slapped them under the car, and Finnegan scored our first time under 2 minutes, the quickest time yet, 1 minute, 59.54 seconds. Ooh, the Crusher Impala. Fans have really fallen in love with this car, and so have I. Finnegan, he still just doesn't buy in. He really doesn't like the body style of a big old 69 GMB body, but it does have 489 cubic inches of Wyand supercharged big block Chevy and a lot of wheelbase. I predict this thing is gonna be a riot.
The Dirtfish guide loaned me some chest waders, so I'm set. And no, I'm wearing no pants under this.
Homeless Dave is back.
Ready for Impala?
All right, 2 minutes flat.
That's what I have to do?
Yep, on 3. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. See, this thing's got so much weight, it actually accelerates.
I know.
Nice!
That was pretty good.
That may have been your best trip ever on Roadkill.
That was pretty fun.
Dude, you are trucking. Go, girl, go. Left turn.
Oh, that one cost me.
Oh.
208. And this thing is the bomb.
You rode that whale around every corner here. Beautiful.
I don't want to splash a bunch of water into the hood scoop.
180 this bitch.
And boom. So I guess the deal with the Impala is it's not running as good as it should be, which I don't understand since Dulcich and I just tuned it up. And it has that slow steering, but man, is it fun. I'm thinking that the weight and the wheelbase of this thing just makes it pretty easy to hang.
The Impala runs through at a somewhat pathetic 2 minutes, 8.0 seconds, but the time really doesn't matter because the fun factor on this car is huge.
I never really liked this car before.
I know.
It's just a horrible body style. I
Yeah.
feel like normal circumstances, I feel like I'm going to church with my grandfather in this thing. Not today. Not today. Totally redeemed itself. That was awesome.
And now we're down to the good stuff, the Hornet and then the Mayhem. So I'm gonna have to drive twice in a row because Hornet's mine, Mayhem's yours.
Yeah, I think, it's only fair that the champ goes last.
Exactly.
So helmets, because that has a roll cage.
Exactamundo.
I care.
Now we're down to our other actual race car, a 1973 Hornet known as the Captain America Hornet. That's because I was gonna paint it red, white, and blue, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But this thing is fully set up for Baja racing. It's all stock concept suspension, but heavily modified and lifted. It's got mud meats on the thing, a full roll cage, 360 cubic inches of genuine AMC V8, a Mopar TorqueFlite transmission, and a spool in the back. I blasted this thing around at a rallycross in episode 71 of Roadkill, and I guarantee it's going to be tons of fun here at Dirtfish. This thing is going to shred.
It all rests on your shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Nice! close.
Real close.
I'd say it's a tie.
Dead tie. Look at all the smoke.
Are we on fire?
Probably. I just flooded myself.
So the result with the Hornet is kind of the same as when I ran it at the Rallycross, which is that it's really fun to slide sideways, but that means it's not that fast. It's still the second quickest so far, though, at 2 minutes, 0.32 seconds.
Not a bad vehicle. Tied to Maserati, too flat. That leaves one car left. The champ.
And now the moment we have all been waiting for. The grand champion of Dirtfish, the General Mayhem 1968 Dodge Charger. Now this is the only car we have that has run here at Dirtfish before. Back in episode 32, when it still had a 440 V8 in it, we ran it with a broken transmission and only 2 forward gears, but we had one of the most fun days ever shooting Roadkill. And that's the reason for this entire episode. We knew we had to come back and run the General Mayhem again with its new 707 horsepower Hellcat Hemi. The problem is, the tires on the back of this thing are understandably 100% bald from burnouts and drag racing. This thing runs 1060s in the quarter mile, and now we're going to find out if it still has what it takes to be a champion here at Dirtfish.
It's all on you.
No pressure. I don't have a lot of faith in this car. Not with the bald Mickey Thompsons you've provided me with.
And the now 700 horsepower.
Yeah, 3 times the horsepower it had the last time we were here, and half the traction.
And no sway bars anymore, all drag race suspension. It's just completely wrong.
Little to no brakes.
There's nothing right about it.
That means it's gonna be fun.
You're gonna make it happen. You think you can relive past glories?
Oh, up here, I'm already there. Let's do this. It just shut off.
It died?
Yeah. This may not happen today.
Key fob not detected.
Yeah, it doesn't even know it's here. Shut it off.
No, it's on now.
Try again.
I guess start over.
Just shut off again.
What if the battery's dead in this thing?
Okay, now hit unlock.
Unlock.
Yeah, it doesn't think the key's here.
Right.
This marriage is not going well.
No.
New technology in an old car, it's definitely rejecting the organ. This time on Roadkill, Maserati wins!
Dead. Newfangled electronics, not happy in the weather or something. General Mayhem's not happening though. It's weird, it runs fine until you try and go around a corner and then it dies. We don't know if maybe it's a fuel pickup. We don't know if it's something with the leftover stability controls from the original car. Dunno, but it's not winning. Okay, so the deal is General Mayhem for some reason won't go around corners without dying, so we're gonna take it a quarter at a time and have as much fun as we can. Are you ready? Oh!
was the best tail fit yet.
Yeah, the heater's on.
Oh, we're on fire.
Yeah.
It healed.
Oh, dude, burnout fixed everything.
Burnout fixed it.
Come on, baby.
Looking good. Oh, good line. Yeah! Woohoo! Mayhem lives! Burnout fixed it!
I don't even care if it won.
205.65. It's pretty far down the pack, but man, that was like the absolute lows if this isn't going to happen to victory almost as great as last time we were here. Man, that was good.
I need a beer.
General Mayhem at Dirtfish. Done.
Well, in the end, the General Mayhem doesn't cut it. It runs 2 minutes, 5.65 seconds for 4th place, not good enough to beat our overall champion, the NASCARlo. Man, I can't even believe that this is our life, because Dirtfish is the greatest day ever. We came up here to do a shootout with all of these project cars, but really that wasn't the point. The NASCARlo might have won, but every one of these cars is important to us for one reason or another, and the new reason is that they all conquered Dirtfish sideways and throwing gravel. We just have the best time at work, which is really what Roadkill is all about. Like we said in the very first episode, this is Roadkill, where we have fun with cars and you point and laugh. Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
We're driving on 2 wheels. Boom.
Look at it.
That cart is back.
And it's rusty.
I kind of like it rusty. Didn't think I was going to, but it has sort of a panache.
When you perform this well in a variety of events, you can look however you want.
That's true. I'm surprised how many people have actually knocked off the vet cart idea. I've seen at least a dozen of these. All of them are better than this one.
They are. But we need to do something magical this time.
And we're gonna drive this thing on 2 wheels. And not the rear 2 wheels like Stubby Bob. Those 2 wheels over there.
Yes.
We're learning to drive the vet cart on 2 wheels, proving that it is the ultimate all-around do-everything activity vehicle, yeah?
It's the Swiss Army knife of hot rods, it really is.
The only problem is we haven't driven this thing since maybe a zip tie drags when the EFI got put on it more than a year ago. And so we're gonna go give it a test drive, figure out what needs to happen, and then throw some safety junk at it and hit the road, yeah?
Here's a good visual of how long it's sat.
Huh.
That's where the harness has been resting this whole time. The seat is completely faded, but everywhere the harness was sitting,
It's got tan lines.
perfectly dark.
Bikini lines on the vet cart. I haven't been in this thing in a long time. I think you drove it at the last zip tie drags.
It's actually a shame to ever put a roof on this, because this is really easy to get into.
Yeah. I don't want to fall out of it though.
Run.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Ready?
Yes.
Think you need brakes in order to drive on 2 wheels?
Now.
Okay, good. Then we're stuck. It's actually not bad.
That's great.
I thought we would have more problems.
Just wait.
Yeah.
We really need to simulate the on 2 wheels thing to properly find out whether we'll be prepared to do it.
Alana has a forklift.
There you go.
Pretty good. Oh, that hurt. Well, that was fast. It's way better than we remembered.
I think this is gonna be one of those rare roadkill moments where we let something sit for years, neglect it, come back to it, and just get to modify, not rebuild.
I think the key is we didn't touch it. This thing's mint. I don't think we have any mechanical work to do. I think it's all safety. I mean, when we're up on two wheels, I don't want to like roll it over and fall out the top, so.
I'd like my arms and legs to be contained a little better.
And my biggest fear is actually the fuel cell.
It occurred to me that we really ought to figure out what is the worst case scenario and then simulate it. And that is car up on two wheels and then over on its lid. Freiburger, really not that bright, volunteered to strap himself into the vet cart and let me toss it on its lid. This is the best day at work ever.
This is gonna be a roller coaster ride.
This is awesome.
So what we're gonna do is fire this thing up, pick it up with the forklift, and find out if there's any problems with it running at extreme angles. Because when we're driving on two wheels, obviously that's gonna be an issue. And then we're gonna flip me all the way over, and anything that gets crushed, well, we know that we're gonna have to fix that before we get out there and roll this thing multiple times. Finnegan's so looking forward to this. I'm gonna die. And we have a fire extinguisher handy.
Allow me to hand him the fire extinguisher that we have. I want you to feel extra secure, so.
Oh, great.
Save that.
Doc says you're gonna die. Hold on. This is nowhere near enough angle.
Yeah, I want to make sure the forks stay under it.
Yeah, me too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, put me down quickly, fast. They're popping through the floor.
Okay.
There we go. They broke the floor.
Well, it is fiberglass.
Yeah, if this slips and the car falls, the fork will jab directly through me.
That's an issue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Might not work.
You're right. Who knew it was so hard to flip over a vet cart?
That's better.
That's better. Should we see if it runs right there?
Yeah, give it a shot. Running.
Wow, this is pretty good. How do I look?
You look like you're about to fall over.
Okay,
You ready?
sure. There we go. Ah! That hurt.
Holy crap. You all right?
Yeah, but it's spilling gas. Get me over. How about just get a bunch of guys and try and flip it? This would feel so much better if there weren't gas dripping. Aside from that, I'm pretty good.
Don't worry, it's race gas. It'll evaporate. Coming down.
Oh, that's the part that hurt.
Woo! So, you guys all right? Dude, it didn't smash. It didn't smash anything.
Including my head.
How's the suspension?
It hit pretty hard. Both ways. Like when it landed upside down, it was a pretty good hit on the lap belt. Going back down, that hurts.
Hey, but this all looks okay.
The gas is the biggest problem.
So we get a non-vented cap, and that solves the fuel problem. See if it'll run, because it was upside down for a little while. Yeah, there's probably oil in the chambers, but
Oh yeah, it's gonna smoke.
I think it'll be all right.
Ready?
Yeah.
I think it's specifically designed for this.
It kind of seems that way. I don't
Yeah.
think you need any bars up top, and you didn't seem like you had a problem keeping your arms in.
No, I mean, I had the steering wheel to grab. When it goes over, it lands hard. When we are moving, it's gonna be worse. We should get some padding for everything, just because. And we should wear our suits and helmets and stuff. That's, you think?
I don't want to die.
I guess we
Yeah.
should.
Burning is probably not advisable.
Yeah, the burning was the most stressful part of that. The rest of it I was pretty good with.
You handled it really well. I swear.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good.
Believe it or not, this time we're worried about safety with the vet cart. Because death.
For example, we're going to take some sheet metal panels and put them all around the outside of the cage to keep our arms and legs inside.
This is actually going to go pretty fast.
We're going to change the window nets a little bit because they're on the wrong side of the roll cage tubing and they'll get ground off on the track when we roll.
There was a stain there. Stain's gone now.
And we're going to move the fuel pump so that it doesn't grind the ground, start some sparks, and catch on fire.
Okay. The deal is this is a firewall between the front and rear seats. Does it make you feel safe?
The firewall, I like it. It's good intentions. It's not exactly sealing us completely from the bomb behind us.
What, all in here and everything?
Yeah, the part by
Yeah.
my head, you know.
So you want all this filled in?
You know, it'd be kind of cool. Oh yeah.
At the last second, I realized that the vet cart was not going to drive up on two wheels with the lame limited split rear end in it because it was so loose that it would send all the power to the tire that's up in the air.
There we go. The so-called bat wing is out.
Instead, I'm going to get in here with a welder and zap the spider gears to the case, weld it all up so the rear end is completely locked. And at that point, two-wheeling will be no problem.
Those are OSHA approved flip-flops.
Well, we welded up the differential and we got the whole thing almost bolted back together. I think we're just a few minutes away. Next up, we're going to bolt on our off-road tires and we're ready to hit the road in this pile.
This is how little backspacing there is, Freiburger.
Huh.
The brake rotor is behind the wheel.
Yeah, I thought that might happen. Let me see.
It's amazing.
Oh, wow. That's terrible.
No, it's fantastic.
It looks like a Baja bug.
I know, it's great.
It does look like a 70s dune buggy now.
It's cool.
Let's put tires on and get out of here. Off-road supercar like that.
I can fix our ground clearance issue over on that side, much the same way I fixed it on this side. It's like a tech tip. Tailpipes drag on the ground, smash them with your floor jack. I don't think I've ever gotten in this through the windows.
I know, that's the one last thing. Okay. This is so much less convenient. Wow. I feel like I'm in a car now that it's got doors and stuff.
Everywhere we go, it's going to be a thunderstorm of horsepower.
Let's go. And we're off.
I know what you're asking yourself. Why did they put off-road wheels and tires on the vet cart? Well, it's because our two-wheeling location was right next to Glamis, California, and so to prove the ultimate prowess of the vet cart, we are going to take it out in the sand dunes.
Imperial Sand Dunes, Glamis, California. Yay! One hell of a playground. Look at that. I give us 100 yards. I want to climb everything here. And you're going to climb nothing here. I'm going to try. I already got sand in my teeth. Oh my God. Oh, that was terrible. I think I broke my spleen. Oh, the fan belt fell off.
Oh, we're not charging. I can't stop here.
No, you can't.
Watch the coolant temp.
Yep. Oh! Aside from the terrible part, it's not that bad. Oh! Remember my idea about jumping it? Yeah! You can do that alone. Oh, okay. Okay. 240 degrees.
I'd call that a successful first test.
The sand will polish my teeth, right? I'll look like a TV star. Oh, that was ungood. I'm not sure the strapping in was a good idea.
No, I think that might actually, I think that's a good idea if you have a suspension.
Can you fire it up? man. Okay. We lost electrical somewhere because the electric fan isn't working.
So we turned off the road here in Glamis, stoked to see the sand, and as soon as we hit it with all four wheels, we just compressed our spines, like 10th level of hell pain. Then the car started overheating and we pulled off here. So we don't know what's going on with that. We're gonna try to assess whether the alternator is actually not working or whether our gauge just died the first time we went bang.
Oh, well, the fan's not turned on.
I am here to tell you the vet cart is not for whoop-de-doos. It is a whoop-de-don't. Every single bump in this thing is bottoming out about the 2 inches of suspension travel and killing our backs. I'm gonna tighten up the shock just a little bit and hope that it gets even better when we're really ready to put this thing into action.
So now I'm gonna stand here and recover and enjoy as Finnegan takes off and tries to carve that bull.
Yeah! There we go. It was a lot of fun. It went uphill and then the throttle stuck wide open. Hey, it works! Did you see how high it went?
Yeah, that was way up there.
The throttle stuck wide open.
Really?
Yeah.
How's the radiator?
It still looks like it's radiating.
Really?
I think we just had to fix the throttle.
I thought maybe the bottom tank of the radiator came off.
No, we don't have a breather, so it was motor oil on the header.
Oh, okay, great.
But dude, this thing works. Like,
look how high you got.
Yeah, I think we can go all the way up Competition Hill. We just need to make it stop going wide open.
Oh yeah, you should have seen it when you nosed in, sand everywhere.
It's in the car.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what would happen to this engine in 30 seconds? I mean, it's probably already
eaten. It's probably already eaten quite a bit.
A lot of sand, I think.
No?
It's not bad. Did we not have a spring?
There's no throttle return spring. None. Zero. Oh. And it's full of sand.
That's what did it, is the sand.
It's full of sand.
Oh, we need carb cleaner and an outerwears for the air filter.
But there's also no throttle return spring. That's gonna be an issue.
The moment it ate sand is when the throttle stuck open.
Yep. So this is new. I'm gonna be spraying penetrating oil in the EFI throttle body here to try and clean the sand out, because it's all we have. That's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. I think it's in the shaft.
I think the sand's in the shaft.
That's what I mean. I think there's grit in the whole thing. I think there's sand everywhere.
Man, this is just what we need when we need precision throttle control for driving on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Try it. I can live with a 2,000 RPM idle, but I can't live with it not returning.
Did you hose it in here?
Now, of course, all the sand is just gonna stick there.
It's better though. See, that's what it was.
Really?
There's sand here in the spring. Yeah. It's fixed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Finnegan did way better than I expected up there. He said that my tweak on the shock absorbers made the vet cart into magic. And I'm gonna go find out for myself right now as I attempt to get above his line. doesn't taste good. It might be overheating a little bit. I broke it, but it was worth it. Woo! What did I do? Fan was turned off, that's why. Yeah! All that was the fan turned off again. Pain in the neck. It'll be fine. That was awesome. This thing's actually really fun. Man, I took a shower in antifreeze.
After we managed to cobble this junk back together, naturally Finnegan decided that he had to jump the thing, and I had no objection with that. The problem was, it was getting dark, we couldn't find a berm that would actually pop the car safely without letting us plummet to our death.
Not gonna do it.
And good news is, the rear end is starting to make a whole bunch of nasty noise. So, we called it a day, headed on out, and blew up the radiator again. Because roadkill.
I'm guessing we need an upper radiator hose. Always. Now we're at this abandoned airfield in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I don't even know where we are, but this place has been out of business since like the 60s, and we're gonna learn to drive this car up on two wheels. It's called skiing the car. But first we've got some general maintenance to do, like, for example, the rear suspension is completely destroyed now. All the bushings are gone, and the coilover is now rubbing the half shaft. And so Finnegan's here using advanced methodology with ratchet straps in order to fix this by pulling it rearward. And then we have to go up front and fix the radiator hoses because they're literally blown apart in two. And once that's done, then Jamie Smith is gonna show up and he's gonna teach us how to ruin it even more. How many times are we gonna be on our lid today?
Well, if it breaks the first time, I think that's the end of it, but...
Oh, but it's got ratchet straps now.
Oh, okay, then at least 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do the other side?
Yes.
Fixed?
Ooh, not exactly.
All I care about is that the coil spring's not rubbing the half shaft.
It's clearanced itself enough where that no longer happens.
Okay, it's pretty good.
You know, a single zip tie right here would just make this look awesome. We're just applying Band-Aids to duct tape on a screen door on a submarine. And we're gonna replace radiator hoses, and they may very well fail again.
No, because they'll be new. I won't be on the rev limiter the whole time, floating the valves while two-wheeling like I was on the sand dunes.
I like your confidence that the throttle's not gonna stick wide open again.
Well, that's like a good tech tip. Let's go ahead and fix that while we're here too. You know, when everybody says you guys have a crew that comes in and works on the car after you guys walk away, is there really any crew that you could pay to ratchet strap a rear suspension back together? Look how much sand is inside the filter. Can you hand me some CRC carb you clean or whatever they call that stuff? Cleaner carb.
Cleaner carb.
But-
Back up.
Ooh, look at the action on that. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh wow, it's wet sand too.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's virtually new on my side.
You're making a swamp of brake clean soaked sand mud
It's
right
like
here.
cologne.
See this? Ooh, do you have a match?
Oh, it's on
It's
fire.
burning.
Compelling.
That's really good. Brake clean and sand, it's the new thing.
Oh, I think it'll go all day.
For some reason, it's just brought a peacefulness to the morning, hasn't it?
Fire's mesmerizing. It's the part where we burn the car to the ground.
Uh-huh.
Do it again. You just lit the engine on fire, jackass. Yeah, it's Sherpa, extinguish it.
No, 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 no.
There's fuel there. It's getting worse.
That's funny.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully the EFI wiring harness didn't just burn.
All right, well, that's it for this episode of
That's it for this
Roadkill.
Hopefully this wiring harness isn't jacked. It's a little melty. Oh, it's fine.
We're durability testing the marshmallow and the Phytech.
We're idiots.
Well, I don't know if we are idiots. Pretty sure I said not towards the motor.
Fired up. Uh-oh. This is not good. Did I burn through the harness?
I smell fuel leaking or something.
Go again. Oh, this is bad.
The car. You couldn't even kill it with fire.
That may have been the stupidest thing I've ever done on Roadkill.
Oh, it's crispy.
Remember how this is the safety-themed episode of Roadkill? We had a fire extinguisher and PA Alex to hand it to me in my moment of need. So don't call me irresponsible. Okay. All right, old hoses are off.
Before we get this thing up on two wheels, there's a few more things we have to do. New radiator hoses, and of course we bought the wrong ones.
I'm sorry, did that get on you?
And we need a throttle return spring, and I'm gonna take the windshield out so there's an extra escape path.
Now the fun can begin. All the repairs are done.
Now that the vet cart's in tip-top shape, we're ready to reveal it to Jamie Smith, a professional stuntman who actually agreed to teach us how to drive on two wheels.
So, where do we start?
We need some different tires.
Oh, really? I brought 4 sets of regular car tires that could get ruined. And they have regular back spacing. These drive a little weird because of the 1-inch back spacing. The tires right now, instead of doing this, they're doing this.
Right, yeah, they're going back and forth a foot.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird when you're on 2 wheels.
Okay, so we'll fix that.
Yeah.
And on the phone, you said that the Corvette was probably the worst possible car we could have chosen for this.
It's probably fun for almost every other thing because it's lightweight and high horsepower for the weight.
But
it'd make a better space shuttle than it would a ski car.
What makes it so terrible? Wheelbase or?
Low and wide.
Oh, so top heavy is better because it gives you a bigger window? Is that kind of the deal?
If it's narrow and tall, it wants to roll over.
Right.
This does not want to roll over.
You're saying don't use this, we should be using that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where do we begin after we change tires?
Well, let's do tires, and then I think I heard you say something about a ratchet strap on the rear. We'll make sure those are tight.
I'm so excited to do this.
I thought Finnegan was taking the bullet going first until I realized I had to be the passenger first, which is way worse. However, I'm going to be on the low side of the car, so theoretically my pain's not as bad as his because he will be falling farther, whether he rolls it over or slams it down.
Well, here we are. Finnegan and Freiburger's in the car, and Mike's about to dazzle us with his ability to drive that car off the ramp on 2 wheels. We've got the suspension enhanced with ratchet straps. We got the right tires on it. I got a ramp that'll work. I've skied a fair amount of cars in my career, and so I tried to give him all the best advice I could to make this successful. And he's a good driver, I think, anyway. So with what I've given him, I'm curious to see how it's going to go. So he's about to give it the first shot here.
How we do this?
I think it's in your hands.
Yeah, but you're here. Where I go, you go.
I know, that's my problem.
I told them to make a lap or two, just get in the gear they're going to be in, get their hands and their feet where they're going to be, and just drive past the ramp so that when you hit the ramp, you're already in your comfort zone.
That's 1,800 RPM.
That should flip him over nicely right there.
That seems about right. How do you feel? Easy. All right, here we go.
So we'll see. This may be the real one. I couldn't pick the worst car for this challenge, but hey, it might work.
You didn't even hit the end of the ramp. Now it's hard to tell where the tire is.
The ramp can be intimidating, but I think he's good. He'll get it.
Still can't figure out where the damn tire is. Yeah, this is it. When I hit the ramp, it keeps forcing me off of it. Alright, so now I know what I'm doing wrong. I keep focusing on going up the ramp and then I forget to turn. I keep forgetting. You have to turn before the end of the ramp. Okay? It doesn't want to stay up.
See, you got 10, 12 feet further that time. He's now learning what it's taking to bring the car off the ramp and higher. Instead of the ramp doing the work, he's starting to do the work.
Damn! I'm gonna go once more and then I'm gonna ask him for pointers. Oh yeah! Get it!
That was like 10 feet.
Damn! Alright, we're asking for tips.
Why didn't we hire a masseuse for this shoot?
This arm, like, I feel like I pull every muscle in this arm death gripping this thing.
You know, skiing isn't for wimps.
Well, what I'm learning is like, you have to whip this thing.
I didn't want to tell you that because I didn't want you just to throw it on its roof.
Yeah, it doesn't want to go there.
I could see improvements a foot, a foot, a foot, and all of a sudden you improved 10 feet. You lost the fear of the ramp, like, okay, the ramp's not a big deal now.
Yeah.
So give it the whip more.
The last couple of times, I was like, I'm whipping it hard. The tires are slipping on the ramp.
Then just add a little bit more speed so that you get a little
Okay.
more corkscrew out of the ramp. So just come in a little bit hotter and then just give that same input.
Okay.
Change one thing at a time. And I could see you're doing that. That's why I didn't stop you.
Oh, dude, this is so much fun. You know why? Because we haven't flipped it on its roof yet.
We?
We haven't even come close to that.
We haven't done anything.
Oh, we're a team this time. Where I go, you go.
Yeah. Let's do this! I can't reach. Well, that was pretty good.
See, you turned in the right amount. I mean, you felt it though, right?
Yeah.
But you just couldn't keep it one way or the other very long, could you?
Oh, dude, it's over like that.
Yeah.
As soon as it's up there, it's over.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. But once you did what I just told you, to bring the car to you, you had it for a second, but it's hard to manipulate it.
Hey, are we unbuckling or flipping? What are we doing here?
Let's flip this thing over.
Oh, the poor vet cart.
How do you feel?
I feel upside down.
One, two, three, go! Oh, that was great!
I'm so sore.
My neck is definitely sore from all those landings. That was fun. Actually, the rollover was legitimately softer than those last few landings.
And the slide, I gotta be honest, I was like, I let go of the wheel and I went like this and I was like, this is kind of fun.
My only thought was I saw sparks, and I'm like, those are the sparks that are gonna catch us on fire.
Yeah.
I planned ahead for that.
I have a fire suit, but no head sock, no socks, and no gloves. So
Yeah.
the extremities, they weren't gonna work out too well. Vet cart concept is solid. It goes on-road, it goes off-road, it rides on its roof. Maybe it's not so good at driving on two wheels, or maybe I just suck that bad. I don't know. The only way to really figure that out is to either convince Jamie or David to get behind the wheel right now, even though half the roll cage is just ground off from that awesome slide. The tubing's no longer round. It's ground to a fine point. There's enough there, Freiburg. I think you can go again.
I have news. Jamie and I went to the instant replay,
Yeah.
and his professional analysis is basically this car can't be skied. You were good. You got the thing up to the point
But the thing is, because the center of gravity of this is so low, it has to stand up so tall that the right-hand tire is almost flat to the ground. So when you steered right, it's so much on the sidewall that it caught, you can see the tire actually fold back at an angle, and it skids, and then it's so bad, it actually hopped off the ground, and that's why it went over.
It was over fast. I mean, it was, it's up and then steer a little and the tower flipped itself.
So is the Vet Cart really the ultimate all-around performance vehicle? I'm gonna go ahead and go with no. In the sand dunes, it was fun, but pretty sub-average in truth. And you saw what happened when we tried to get it up on two wheels. But do you really blame the Vet Cart, or do you blame Finnegan? I'm gonna go with blame Roadkill, because failing is what we do. And I gotta say, the Vet Cart is a little worse for the wear. The front suspension is shattered. I'm telling you, when that tire folded under in the front, it took that rack and pinion and exploded it like a hand grenade. And the roll cage, it's got some areas that are ground down as thin as aluminum foil. But the good news, we did figure out how to get all the sand out of the floorboards. So that means the Vet Cart is now really only good for one thing: donuts and burnouts with no steering whatsoever. I can't leave you without getting some good two-wheeling action, and the good news is our ambulance driver, he offered up his personal Scion minivan, and stunt driver Jamie looked at that thing and said, you know what? I can do this.
How's it going?
Going pretty good.
Yeah? It's the strangest day ever.
Yes, it is.
I just feel so comfortable and at ease.
Do you now? Why, because Finnegan's not driving?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, holy cow.
That was a little close. I felt that one. So what if I start throwing my weight around back there?
Go ahead, try it.
Wait, I don't want to go on the roof.
I know. It's a good thing our ambulance driver had a spare Scion sitting around.
Right. Oh, did I mention I'm going to set it down?
No! I bet we have white walls now.
The Scion XB, clearly the superior vehicle. Jamie, clearly the superior driver.
Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
Go inside the motorhome.
I feel like alcohol would help here.
Hit your coach.
Slow my reactions down. I feel like this is the one motorsport in life where you don't want all your senses working at 100%. This time on Roadkill, Dave picks the wrong vehicle to fail at drag racing in front of a lot of people.
Okay, wait, to be fair, it was the right vehicle for failure, right? Yeah! Thank you.
We suck! Again.
Here's what's gonna happen. The same concept as the Roadkill Vet Cart applied to drag racing. Cut off all of the ugly and go as fast as we can for cheap. Let's go back to the early 1950s and the beginnings of drag racing. Back then, guys would take, a Model A or a 40 Ford or something like that, and they'd remove the body and they'd run nothing but an engine and frame rails. Have you ever heard a dragster referred to as a rail? That's why, because they were nothing but frame rails, and that's what this is gonna be. So, Finnegan's gonna show up in a couple of days. I'm gonna get started on this thing now. I've got help from Lucky Costa from Hot Rod Garage.
What the heck?
Steve Dulcich from Roadkill Garage.
Man, this looks pretty good.
I'm sure you'll see shop manager Kalen around in the background, and you're gonna see a bunch of other Roadkill cars because we're getting ready for the Zip Tie Drags, which is a Roadkill event in Tucson. We've got all these cars to get ready in addition to building this. And yep, when we're done, we're gonna drive it all the way from LA to Arizona.
Truck's a little messy. I think it was used to haul contraband. It smells kind of bad.
I think what I'm gonna do is once we get the rack off of it, we're gonna weigh the truck so we know exactly how much we took off.
Whoa, don't dent the roof, dude.
Any guesses?
I'm gonna say 5,300.
I'm gonna go with 62.
That much, really?
5850.
Wasn't the rule as close as you can get without going over?
Yeah, so I win. 5850. Here it comes. Great. Our first performance upgrade. We're gonna be able to buzz all this stuff off like crazy. We can get rid of all those exhaust hangers, and this is useless. Let's get the plasma.
Have you used the ESOP plasma cutter yet?
I have not.
This is just butter.
Really?
This is butter to that
break
thing.
it out. All righty. That is some stinky rubber
It's not my kind of rubber.
from the weed truck.
There you go. Look at that. Let's just go drive it around right now.
So much easier to work on now. I'm debating if we should cut the roof off. See, at this point, you got to decide about the functionality we're going to have and the massive weight reduction that I'm going for, and of course, the style. That's what's important here. I'd really like to get rid of as much of the body as possible and just have it full tube like the vet cart. The engine's much further forward than I thought it might be.
You're thinking crazy stuff right now, aren't you?
Oh, I'm having evil thoughts right now. Realizing since we have this big, humongous frame, instead of shortening it, what happens if the engine goes behind the driver? The engine in trans is 64 inches.
Wait, what did you just say?
What?
You're gonna put the motor back here?
That's what I'm looking at. If the front of the engine was right there, I think there's enough room for a little stubby drive shaft. We would flip the axle on top of the springs, and I think it would be like a drive shaft this long.
Less drive shaft to break.
It is. It'd be really easy to do. We just made the decision. We are moving the engine to the back, and we're not going to use the body at all. It is going to be full-on dragster. This is going to be great.
A gigantic dragster.
Yeah, it's a truckster.
Okay. We'll get busy.
I think it's a great idea. I love the idea, mid-engined.
We're going to end up putting the axle on top of the leaf springs to lower the back of this thing radically. We're also going to have to notch the frame a little bit for that, and it's not going to take these shocks. So I'm just taking stuff apart. I've gone through the frame and just removing everything we don't need.
I'm going to have to get the drive shaft out of here so we can lift the engine out of position. And then Dave can have rear end free to flip it on the springs.
We got as far as we could in the back with the axle on top of the leaf springs. We need a saddle kit that'll be here tomorrow. So now we're going to move to pulling the engine out. I really wanted to get an LS powered truck for this project, but I couldn't find one that was affordable. And the reason is those LSs have gotten so popular that the prices have actually come down on these 454 big blocks. This used to be the ultimate junkyard find, and now they're kind of not. But it still has killer power potential when we want to grow this thing in the future. We can put killer heads on it and stuff, make a bunch of power. But right now, we're going to slam it in the back. I want to see how fast we can make this thing go for as cheap as possible. Look at that! We got plenty of drive shaft room. Got plenty of driving room in here. Look at this. Yeah, we're going to be like this. Oh man, plenty of leg room. Finnegan is going to lose his mind when he sees this. But when he figures out that we're going mid-mounted on the engine, I think he's going to approve and get over it immediately. I'm super stoked now. There was a point today when I was looking at the cab and wondering if this was really that great of an idea. But the fact that we stumbled into the crew cab, it was just available to us, gave us the room to do this, it's all win. Or it will be at some point later in the week. Day 2, and we've already made a whole bunch of progress on this thing. I can't believe it's this far gutted. So Steve is going to work on the engine a little bit. He's trying to get some broken studs out of it. And over here, Lucky is working on just hacking all sorts of brackets off the frame that we don't need.
So for all the people out there that do their amount of modifications of frames, they come across these rivets, which never come loose unless you crash into something. The key is a sharp tip on a air hammer. And you can still do it. Cut the head off, punch the rivet out, done.
Well, we're about to put the new spring saddles on this thing for the flip kit.
Well, those springs compressed pretty good, didn't they?
Yeah, you made us take all those leaves out.
Yeah.
Now imagine all the weight on it. You can see we're gonna need a C-notch. Too soft. Now that we know roughly where this is gonna go, let's make our engine happen.
Skateboard it up, man.
Now that we have the rear end mocked up in there, we know about where the pinion's gonna be, and so we can take the engine and mock it where we want it to be and start building brackets. These are gonna go right in here, and then they will have a tube welded through them so that they don't crush when we tighten the bolt, and the tube will also act as a spacer to take up this space. Turns out the transmount's gonna be pretty easy. Straight across here, little flat piece going to the transmount, boom.
Shakalaka.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is do a tab on the end and make it so that we weld the outside.
Yep, perfect. I'm gonna start making the floor in here. This whole thing is not really happening like in an order, like finish this job, move on to the next one. Everything is sort of intertwined. It's like now we have the rear end partially mocked up. Therefore we have the engine partially mocked up. Therefore we were able to partially mock up the seat. But before I lock the seat in position, I want to do this. So it just keeps getting, more jobs stacked ahead of the next in order to get it done. Lucky's over there making a trans cross member though. We'll get that finished soon. I've got a basic framework of the floor here, and I'm gonna cut some metal out of the hood to make the floor.
One of the biggest jobs we had was getting the motor mounts figured out. We needed the engine pretty well centered and parallel to the frame rails. Freiburger is going to weld this in. Once this is in place, we're going to come in, put a little flag on the transmission cross member we fabricated. That's going to catch the transmission mount in the back, and this thing is going to be in.
The bee's knees?
Oh, it's going to be great.
We just got the engine and trans in for the final time for the first time, so that's pretty good.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Once I put the seats in, I feel like the visual will come together because I can start to see like where the roll cage is gonna go, and I'll feel better. Ooh, find out if the headers fit.
Gonna fit like it was made for it.
Like a glove?
Man, they had this mid-engine placement in mind when they designed these. Look at that.
Too bad it points directly at the trans cross member.
No, that's all right.
How about flipping them over just for fun?
Do they fit upside down? Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Inside the frame rail.
It is pretty graceful looking, I'll give it that.
That looks crazy.
Yep, it definitely has good flow, just like stylish. Here, let's see if this is right. I mean,
Yeah, it seems,
with a floor,
that seems right.
I'm like a straight line to the steering box.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see you drive past a weigh station and the cops run for their cars to catch you.
This is actually the old roll bar we never used for the Rotson. And it almost fits. If we cut it shorter, it will.
Working on the roll cage here, Lucky brought his bender, and we're making a halo, which is going to represent the roof of the roll cage and give us a place to put the windshield. Yeah, you wouldn't want it any closer than that.
I would go further forward because the other thing is we'd like to be able to get in and out of the top.
Right. Oh,
And we're going to put an X in it. Okay, well, it's been a long day. We've gotten a whole lot done. We're still fiddling with roll cage tubing, but I think we're gonna make this one down bar and then get out of here. We'll come back Monday, and Finnegan will be here to critique all our fabrication. That's gonna be fantastic.
About a little bit, yeah, you're right.
You mean because it's bent too much?
Yeah, well, I think I just didn't give it enough.
Oh, wow.
But this, hey,
We're so busted.
what's happening?
The motor's in the back now.
You saw it on Instagram, didn't you?
I like that the motor's in the back.
Yeah, it seemed like the right thing to do.
This is fantastic.
We saved so much welding by not having to cut the frame.
Have you weighed it?
No.
That's a really good question.
That is the question. I think it's going to weigh 3,000 pounds and we're done there by negating the whole concept, but we're going to have fun.
The headers are a nice touch.
Yeah.
I like that they'll warm the tires. And if anything goes wrong, they'll throw oil on the tires. So
Ooh, that's a good point. I like that.
So everything is engineered for a reason.
Yeah. Now back here is going to be like radiator, fuel cell. There's a lot to do. 4 days.
this is not going to wheelie.
No. No.
Kind of happy with that.
So we're really not going to do too much to the engine. The TBI here, it has to go. We're going to change that and put an aftermarket aluminum intake manifold, a budget 4-barrel carburetor, and best of all, we're adding nitrous. This manifold was actually designed way back in the 1970s, early 70s, but it's still a very, very good piece. Keep in mind, if you're running nitrous like we're going to run on this, you really want a single plane because it gives you better distribution when that spray bar is just blasting nitrous and fuel right here into the plenum.
Right now we're going to have to divide and conquer. Dulcich is working on hopping up the engine. Mike is working on making our motor mounts more safe, and Lucky and I are going to bend up some roll cage tubing. So it's going to have to be all hands on deck doing all sorts of different things in a lot of chaos in order to get this thing done. We've got 4 days and then zip tie drags. Right now I'm using a hole saw type notcher. This fish mounts the end of the tube so that it'll fit into the upright like that, so that there's a nice seam where it can be welded. Kind of not the right tool, but it works.
The thing about nitrous is, it's just so darn easy to install. I've got the fittings and lines installed just kind of loosely, and nitrous is blue, fuel is red. And right here, I'm capping it off with the Brawler carburetor. It's a double pumper, it's all aluminum construction. Basically, on the spec sheet, I'd say it's a pretty good unit. We'll have to see how it runs, but probably pretty good.
Yeah, we're figuring out how to use the stock truck steering column here. And by we, I mean Lucky.
It's because you really need that cruise control when you're driving a mid-engine 1-ton drag buggy. Now, brake pedal.
See if it works.
From the truck. All right. So the idea was to use the stock pedal box out of the truck. We're gonna go ahead and use part of it. I simulated the firewall and dashboard cowl with this bar, so that holds the steering column. The pedal assembly pivot point is still out of the stock pedal box, and I'm just really sad you're catching all this on video, because if anything goes wrong, it's me.
The roll cage is rapidly approaching good enough. And so we're moving on to some accessories. We decided to take our original radiator and mount it back here like a little bit of a wing. This thing visually needs like some weight back here because it's so front loaded. And so the radiator is gonna go there. Obviously we're gonna need to plumb all the water, and then we're gonna have a fuel cell here, and I think we're gonna hang nitrous bottles off the roll cage.
As you can see, we've got the radiator mounted. Lucky made these really cool brackets, and it's all nice and tight. What I'm gonna do now is figure out where we're gonna mount the fans. We've got 2 of these big, round electric fans. You don't want them up here because the wind's gonna be blowing this way, so they have to be mounted back here. It's as though it's made for it. So that's the cooling system. It's almost completely set up.
We're gonna use this as the firewall, only it's behind you in this car. I'm gonna cut this section out right here and put it between the water pump fan belt and the back of the front seat. It's all about recycle.
Here's a tech tip. Kalen found a set of these old Flowmasters sitting around, and you can see that they're like 2 1/4 inch pipe, which obviously we don't want for our fire-breathing big block, but you can hack the end off of it like I've done right there with the plasma cutter and open it up to a bigger size. And then I'll be able to weld the exhaust tubing directly to it like that and have better flow. Obviously, I'd like to get it past the radiator. What I'd really like is for it to end right there with a turnout. That would be key.
Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the old rubber and put on the new giant drag slicks.
These tall tires just undid the benefit of our 410 gears, but I don't care.
That's gonna affect how this thing sits. We're gonna eyeball it and go, all right, hey, we want the front lower, the back lower. And when we do that, that's gonna dictate our pinion angle, which is then gonna dictate where we mount the back of the transmission, so.
Like there. Now it could go in. There we go.
Oh, it's like it's wheeling already.
Whoa.
You may wanna put a couple leaves back in there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's almost all the way to touching the frame.
Yeah,
It would be great not to have to C-notch it.
we're gonna have to.
Put a couple leaves in it, lower the front, call it good.
Oh, wow. Those slicks really make the vehicle.
Yeah. They need smaller front tires now.
Yeah.
Those are too big.
Well, now we're down to 2 days. We've officially named the vehicle the Ugly Truckling. That came off some fan on Facebook whose name we don't remember, so we can't credit him. And we have a whole lot of stuff to do, and I've marked the stuff that's optional, and it's only just a very few things. But we still have 4 guys working on it. We have less than 48 hours to get this thing running and driving and road tripping to Arizona.
So we've got the transmission finally buttoned in. We've got the cross member, the rears mounted up, and I've taken this protractor. I measured the angle of the drive line here. It's 3.5 degrees. There is going to be a relationship between the angle of the transmission and the pinion angle. Ideally, under operating conditions, if the tail shaft of the transmission is 3.5 degrees down, under load you'd want an equal and opposite angle at the pinion, 3.5 nose up. We are at 0.5 degree. 3.5 plus 0.5 degree, that's going to give me a total of 4 degrees pinion angle, which is pretty close.
This is the Shin Killer 3000. It does 2 things here. Provides a surface for you to walk into, and it also mounts these highly illegal off-road lights that are going to double as our headlights.
So the problem was we got this gauge kit, and there was no way that the capillary tube for the temp sender was going to make it from the dash all the way back to the engine. So we're going to read it in the rearview mirror right here. Zip tied it in place perfectly. You can see them in the rearview mirror, which is a miracle we even have one.
Part of Freiburger's plan for this truck was to lower it, and he did that by flipping the axle from beneath the leaf springs to on top of the leaf springs. And what that did was that decreased the distance between the axle tube and the frame rail. These are bound to run into each other. So we're gonna cut this out by about 2 inches higher, and then we're gonna take these Beltec bolt-in C-notch plates and burn this thing in.
Everything that we brought to 75% yesterday is at a solid 80 today. Most of what's left, I think, is like plumbing and wiring and mount the fuel cell. So I think we're going to get on some of that stuff tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow for the really boring moments leading up to the fact where we actually start it and drive it away.
Which is only 497 miles from here. I'm sure we'll make it without incident. We got this! Yay, team! The last day of the build, and yesterday was really productive. Check this out, we got a lot done. Now has floors, which were built out of the hood of the truck. We have 2 seats with seat belts. The motor and trans fully locked down. We have a drive shaft safety loop. We have limiting chains. So when Freiburger jumps this thing and the axle comes down, the drive shaft doesn't pull apart and fall out, and when he lands, turn into a pogo stick and kill him. I mean, this is beautiful. The fuel cell's practically, yeah, that's in there. I mean, it's practically ready to go. Our spoiler's almost done. We'll be out of here tonight. for sure. Not late at all.
How's that trans controller coming?
It's not here, but it will be. We'll be fine.
I'm buttoning up all the plumbing on the cooling system. Our 1.5 inch aluminized muffler pipe is what it is. The cool thing is it's treated on the inside and the outside. It won't rust. But I'm pretty sure the car's life expectancy is not quite as long as these pipes. So I like these. Crash ready magnetic lights. This your idea, Mike?
Oh yeah, we'll use them on the next car too.
Good idea.
And it's for those people that are really indecisive about where they want the lights to go.
Right.
So we've got 1-ton coil springs in the front of this vehicle. We've removed all the weight from the front of the vehicle, so that is way too much spring. I'm just gonna plasma cut the spring out of there. That is called doing the wrong thing the right way. Oh, these springs, that's
cute.
a lot lighter than what was on there before.
Okay, so we went in the catalog and we looked everywhere for a 1-ton truck coilover conversion. We couldn't find one. Plus, the engine's not here anymore. The cab's not here anymore. We needed a special spring rate. So we gave a call to RideTech, John over at RideTech, and told him what we were doing. And when he got done laughing, he then sent us these shocks. 250 spring rate on each side, was that right?
Yes.
250 on each with a single adjustable shock. It's gonna do everything it needs to do and send this rocket down the track.
So 15 hours from now, we're supposed to be about 40 miles from here, meeting I don't know how many Roadkill fans, so that we can all cruise together to Tucson. That's a tight window. It really is.
We're at the point now where the list looks really short, but every time you get a job started, more stuff gets added to it because we're wiring and we're plumbing, and like I don't have the right fuel pressure regulator, and we don't have a throttle position sensor that we need for the transmission controller, and all this little stuff is just stacking up right now. We're making a zillion runs to the parts store.
That's too low.
Yep.
That's got 0 spring.
I'd say it needs to crank up more. We've got a coilover shock absorber that RideTech sent us, and it has an adjustable ring that goes up and down so that you can adjust where the bottom of the coil spring is, which raises and lowers the vehicle. How's the spring rate?
Perfect. Look at that. This thing is just sitting beautifully.
So can we check fuel system leaks?
Do it.
You ready?
Whoa, flow bowl's just filled up. That's crazy. Life is good.
Okay, fuel system officially handled. We're pretty close. Let's put wheels and tires on. I like those off-road tires, Dolchek.
We're about to go on a test drive finally. And I like having things legal.
The moment has come. We're actually gonna fire this thing up and drive it away. Fuel on, lights. Whoa.
We have brakes.
It goes.
Give me an oil pressure check via the rearview mirror.
It's good.
All right.
This thing's really long.
It's like driving a motorhome.
Man, that smoke is deadly. Oh, we need goggles or a windshield or helmets. This is bad. So the Trans is doing everything it's supposed to?
Yep.
Good enough for me. Let's get on the road.
All right.
Ready?
Hit it.
Ah! This is undrivable. How do people ride motorcycles with no helmets?
I think they're bitter. The bitterness gives them a protective layer.
Look at the inside the air cleaner.
Crank it.
Uh-oh. That was funny. All right, this is a death trap.
Yeah.
I love it. Now that this thing is done and outside, I think it looks way cooler than I was anticipating from seeing it inside the shop for so many days. And that's a good thing, because I suspect that it is way heavier than I want it to be, and I know it's way slower than I want it to be, and we don't have a full nitrous bottle. But we got to hit the road anyway, and tomorrow morning we're either making a windshield happen, or we're getting helmets, or we're getting goggles, or something. Goal number 1 achieved. We made it here to Irwindale Speedway, which is our local drag strip and circle track. We did trailer it out here, and so when we take off, it's gonna be the very first miles we've actually put on the thing. But I brought the Lexan, so we're gonna make a windshield on this thing. We've got all of our friends here, brought their cars out, and we're gonna caravan to Tucson Dragway. Everyone ready for fun? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's virtually done.
It's like a roof.
Oh, we can drill holes and zip tie that and we're finished.
Zip ties.
Ooh, sweet. Ta-da!
Now we're ready.
All right, that's as done as it's gonna get. Who thinks we're gonna make it all the way to Tucson in this thing? No? Who says no way?
Oh, we forgot to adjust the shocks.
Well, it just bottomed, so I don't think we want them looser.
I already feel wind.
Me too. Oh good, there's already a highway patrol. Maybe they'll end our misery quickly. I can read the gauges, we're in good shape so far. Temperature's good, oil pressure great. Puking water everywhere. We need to get a radiator cap. It's pouring out. I think at this point it's let out so much water.
Yeah, I feel heat. This must be hot back here.
Yeah.
So we're driving along, having a good old time, enjoying our ugly truckling. Except the truckling wasn't happy. In fact, it was vomiting water everywhere. Emptied half the radiator, actually. Freiburger decided that our radiator cap was no good, so we bought one of those, and while we were here, I decided we needed somewhere for that water to go when it would vomit. So, 1 gallon water jug, a couple of zip ties, and we're back on the road.
I think it'll be smooth sailing.
My rearview mirror gauges say yes.
All right.
Officially in Arizona now. Gas just got 80 cents cheaper. Well, I'm cruising along, it just dies. I think, is the fuel pump dead? It's on.
It's just the primary bowl's out of gas. Secondary's got gas.
I will fix it.
So I'm just driving along and the thing starts to stumble and won't accelerate and dies. So we were either out of gas or getting no fuel for some reason.
This looks like a 5/8.
Yeah.
Not the right size?
Nope.
Actual tools.
Which we don't have with us. Because why would you bring tools with you when you have something like this? Well, apparently a fan pulled over and has tools. This 11/16?
Yes.
All right, ready for gas spurt? Okay. You know what? When I opened that, no fuel came out of it. Let's go to the filter. We're narrowing it down. What we're doing is working from one end to the other, finding out where the flow restriction or problem is.
Let's put gas in it. Maybe the pickup isn't all the way in fuel. That's all that's left.
It's out of gas.
That's all the way down here.
Yeah, it's out of gas.
All right.
Okay, it's out of gas.
Hey, at least we know work. This is all good.
This
though.
is great.
Yeah. There's a funnel right here on the street.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're right.
So we pulled over because the engine didn't want to run very well. And then we decided to show off and troubleshoot a fuel system that really didn't need troubleshooting because turns out there wasn't any gas in the tank.
Ready for your headlights in action?
Indeed.
Please don't break it. We're not there yet. All right, next stop, gas station, then Tucson Dragway. Yeah. We're setting records for how many times we can stop in, a 3-mile distance. Yo! Hey! Yo!
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Watch yourself.
I'm winning. I have beer.
Yeah! Woohoo! Made it! Man. Ready for the victory dance?
Ready for beer.
So, we finished this thing 24 hours ago, and today we drove 500 miles at 85 miles an hour on drag slicks. We didn't get a ticket, we didn't get arrested, we didn't get dead, and we made it to the zip tie drags. Thanks for coming. Hey everyone, we gotta also thank Lucky Costa and Steve Dulcich who helped us thrash. We built this whole thing in 6 days. And it's a thing of beauty. All right, beer me. Somebody here's gotta have a beer.
Where's the bonfire?
Where? Let's go stand there. Man, this has been an awesome day. It's been a thrash all week long. Actually getting here in the truckling is like a major victory because I never have to drive it on the highway again, I hope. Tomorrow, it's gonna get even better. 4,000 people and some drag racing. We're gonna take that turd down the track ourselves. It's gonna be slow, but I refuse to be disappointed. Well, it's Saturday morning here at the Zip Tie Drags at Tucson Dragway, and we're just about to scale this thing. Oh, my tailbone is never gonna recover from last night. So what's your number on this?
I said $29.99.
I say 3,200. Boom.
Okay, hold on.
He's not gonna tell me.
Wow. I mean, remember, this weighed 5,800 pounds.
No, don't church it up.
I mean,
give me the
it
number.
was really heavy, and I don't want you to put a bullet in your head when you find out what this weighs.
What does it say?
3,566 pounds. Now, I mean, there's a pillow there. There's some stuff
That
in
is
here
worthless.
that you can take out.
3,500 pounds means it is not gonna be anything close to fast. That is terrible. That motor's not spinning a tire.
With nitrous. Okay, new goal. Can we spin one tire on the bottle? I think we can.
Okay. Okay, now we find out if it'll do a 2-leg burnout. I don't think so. He's giving me a little bit of water. All right.
It's not looking good.
Oh, this is slow. That is pathetic.
93 miles an hour. 14:57. I did not see that coming.
I'm not even disappointed because this has just been too fun.
We can knock at least 2 seconds off of this with nitrous.
This thing is so gutless. It literally needs another 1,000 horsepower.
Ooh, 12-second ugly truckling. That has a nice ring to it. Wow.
All I have to say is it ain't overheating. That's all I got.
We win then.
Yeah.
We win.
What'd it do?
Oh God, it did way better than we thought it would.
Really?
14.
Really?
94 miles an hour.
94?
Yeah, it could be a 12-second truck.
It could be if we just spray it with like a 300 shot.
Yeah. Or leave the line with, more RPM.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you can't really.
Well, we can fix that.
Yeah.
Nitrous.
Yeah. So, nitrous up?
Yes.
All right.
It's time.
We're gonna have to put nitrous on this thing and try again later, but right now, zip tie drags must go on. We're gonna go like sign some autographs for some people, see some show cars, get some racing started, and we'll be back.
The Roadkill Zip Tie Drags event was born here at Tucson Dragway a couple years ago. Basically, it is just a big fan get-together. We hang out with people, we get to have a look at their cars that they've brought for the show. People can race their cars down the track, and we hang out for some autograph sessions. It's just a good time.
Okay, it's nitrous time. While we've been out doing the event, these guys have been working on getting all the nitrous ready to go, and so I'm just working on faith. I go out there and I stab this little button and things go quick.
This truckish thing has already run 1466 at 94 miles an hour, and they've superheated the bottle to about 1400 PSI, which is about 500 more than you ever want to put in a nitrous system. Nothing's going to go wrong with this plan. This is going to be awesome. Or it's going to go horribly wrong and we'll need that paramedic down there. Good luck!
You need to fix the stuck throttle.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a little more spring here. Don't be nervous, Dave.
I'm not.
Okay, try it again.
Okay.
Okay, do this.
Good, the pressure's down.
Oh, it's still high. I'm gonna purge it. It's at 1300 and that's too much.
Tell me when it gets to like 11.
Okay, Finnegan's purging down the nitrous pressure here because the bottle, which we heated up inside the pilot truck, is actually too hot.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
All right, nitrous is on.
Okay,
If this explodes, we should be back here.
here we go. Nitrous pass. Hopefully we can get it in before it rains. I can't believe how packed the grandstands are to watch this pile go down the track.
Come on, truckling. Be a hero.
Behind me, but that was no good.
All right, well, so we picked up a second and about 9 miles an hour. Not stellar. Room for improvement.
It just laid over in third. It wouldn't RPM at all.
You have enough pressure to go again.
Literally was laboring at 4,000 going, oh, kind of like it was way too rich.
He went out about 60 feet and hit the button, and when he did, it took off, but it puffed a bunch of black smoke. You could tell it was really fat. So I'm just gonna take some fuel pressure out. I'm guessing it's at like 7 right now. It should probably be closer to 6 or 5.5. So I'm just gonna turn it, like one full turn, and send it back out there again. All right, let's go.
Ready?
Yep.
Anything I need to know?
Oh, no, you're fine.
I thought so.
got nothing left. Nice work. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, at the top end, I don't know if you saw on the camera, I let off the button and it accelerated. That means there's a serious nitrous problem. 1275 at 103. That's a lot better than 1466. But we know it could be improved. Well,
all right, turn it off. I'll tell you the good news.
Well, the good news is it went 12s.
No. That's not the good news.
I'm ready for better news.
You are now a member of the 100 mile an hour club, friend.
Awesome.
That's legit right there. You can't just buy that.
So 1275, 103. Okay, this is gonna blow your mind.
Spun. Did it lay over again?
It spun real bad. It was laying over real hard, so I lifted off the button and it accelerated. So it's a full-on nitrous tune.
It's a good
problem.
nitrous tune. Well, you didn't have enough bottle pressure when you left.
Yeah. So that's about as good as it gets, I think.
That's 12-second truck.
Well, that didn't go exactly as I'd hoped. It was a great plan to just take a vehicle and strip all of the weight off of it like those guys did when they were building dragsters of the 60s, but the fatal flaw was that the garbage still weighed way too much and didn't make enough power. We ran in the 12s with it. I would really like to see this thing at least in the 9s in order to be impressive. But in typical Roadkill fashion, it was not the result, but the journey. We got to wrench with our friends, hanging out with Lucky and Dulcich. We made a road trip in this crazy thing all the way from LA to Arizona, and we ran it down the track in front of a bunch of fans of the zip tie drags. And I'm gonna go ahead and call that a win, but it'll only get bigger later on. We gotta add some boost to this thing or a different engine or something, because I'm not gonna be happy until it runs in the 9s. And if it does, you will see it in a future episode of Roadkill. Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
Oh, that hurt. I didn't see that. That would have sucked.
Oh man.
Brakes work good.
At least the cameras are running for that.
Roadkill, we're bringing back the Earl Camino. We're gonna go dominate ice drag racing. Woo! Yeah!
Ah,
There she is.
it's beautiful. Beautiful machine.
Let's play a game called Things That Seem Better in Theory Than in Real Life. The El Camino.
I've actually lived my whole life by that, playing that game.
Wisconsin in January.
Yeah.
Standing on a frozen lake in January. Oh, I won't say this is a bad idea, I'll just say this is an idea. Yes, we are in Illinois, and 7 to 8 hours north of us, directly north, straight up, is a lake in Merrill, Wisconsin, where crazy people drag race their cars with tires that have nails in them. Seriously. And we're all gung-ho to do that. We were gung-ho to do that until we arrived here and realized here in Illinois, it's approximately 32 degrees. There, it's -7.
For those of you unfamiliar with the Earl Camino, it's our 1977 El Camino that Finnegan and I bought from a guy named Tex Earl in episode 69. It has a small block with iron heads, camshaft, carb, intake, and headers, probably makes 350 horsepower, and it's got a turbo 350 with a shift kit in it. We went to North Carolina to a swamp, pulled it out of a barn, spent several days getting this thing back in great running order, then put the largest bottle of nitrous we could find in it in the back and ran it down the drag strip. When I say ran it down the drag strip, what I mean is I exploded the transmission on launch and hosed down an entire 1/8 mile track.
That might be the end of that transmission. We ended up leaving the car with our friend Biggin for almost a year, before deciding to give it a chance at the glory it deserves. Biggin got a head start by making the car a little more streetable before shipping it out so we can take old Earl to Wisconsin and run it at the Merrill Ice Drags. Because if we already failed horribly going down asphalt, why not attempt to do the same thing on ice this time? So this is Midwest Images. This is a custom shop in Illinois. My buddy Mike Cotton owns the place. He builds hot rods and mini trucks, and we are here because he is much closer to the drag racing on ice in Wisconsin than the Earl Camino was. We're making it this time because it's only 7 hours, right? Right. This is gonna go well.
Why did we get it to stop throwing belts or not? No, right?
No, because that happened when it exploded.
Yeah. You know, I went out and bought a car like this after we got home.
Did you?
I was somewhat stoked. Yeah, I bought a 74 Malibu.
Not a lot of men utter that statement.
I know.
I was so excited about the 76 El Camino I blew up that I went out and bought a 74.
I actually have a couple nice cars, and I was like, you know what I need? Something like this. I drove this around, I'm like, here's what I need. I need this at home.
Okay.
It's too tired. Let it charge.
Remarkably, the engine doesn't want to run. I can't understand why. We only overheated it to like 500 degrees and blew the transmission up. So we're gonna put it up on jack stands, ignore the fact that the car doesn't even move or run under its own power, and instead replace our old transmission with our new transmission.
The exhaust is now off. I've got to disconnect the shifter, take the trans bolts out, the cross member and the drive shaft, pull that stuff all out, install our new Gearstar 700 R4 that's way beefier and stronger. We have to shorten the drive shaft that was in here because it's a longer transmission, throw it in, and then we can hit the road so we can go freeze our asses off up in Wisconsin. Pretty close.
Dude, that's awesome. So that's our old blown up Turbo 350. This is a brand new 700 R4 that we got from Gearstar. And this is different. Tail shaft housing is really short. And beyond that, this is a badass transmission. It is full of quality parts from Sonax. Instead of having a 306 first gear, it has a 284. So Earl Camino, gonna leave hard. It has a yank converter, custom built for this application that's billet. Everything in here is brand new. One technician assembles this start to finish, dyno tunes it, crates it, including the fluid, including the dipstick, kickdown cable, transcooler, everything, ships it out to you. And if you ever have an issue, that's who you're gonna talk to on the phone. Love these guys. Remarkably, our transmission is shorter than our old one, and now our drive shaft is too short. This never happens. Usually when you go from a 3-speed to a 4-speed with overdrive, the drive shaft's too long. Not today, not on Roadkill.
We may be able to just find a random one that is the right length. That's what we're hoping for too.
We got time for that, yeah.
Just use the internet, man. So that Barry Grant, we're just concerned that it's worn out. Could be a bunch of corrosion inside of it. This thing doesn't want to run. We've got this fresh Holley set up. This will be better and easier to tune, so that's going on there. I bet once this is all filled with gas, it'll fire right up.
Look at this. This is our new Innovate wideband air-fuel ratio gauge. This is gonna tell us in real time how our engine is running. And ideally, it would be right here front and center so the driver could see it while he or she is wide open throttle. That can't happen because we have a broken water temp gauge sitting there and a faulty oil pressure gauge. So we're probably gonna put this just, you know, right here where it's easy to drill, and you'll have to momentarily look at a glance and not crash. Look at that. Only took 6 hours instead of 24. We're gonna get this in right now, and we're gonna get the car running a day earlier than we thought we were going to. Maybe it doesn't have any timing.
What's that?
I like big changes. Go ahead.
What'd you just do?
I gave it some timing. All right.
Maybe put that back. It wasn't too bad before. Nah, not enough timing. It's way off. Which way did you move it?
Well, I had advanced it before, but then we turned it back, so.
Then we turned it back.
As a group, as a team. You told me to, so that's what I did. I did what you said.
I appreciate that.
I'm getting there now, hold on.
Hit it, hit it.
Give me. Don't give it any fuel, it's still on fire.
Try not to. You have the pump off, right? Yeah, it's out.
And this engine was supposed to be rebuilt.
Yeah. Sometime in the mid-90s, just after the Humpty Dance came out. So our El Camino does not want to fire up after sitting for 10 months or so. And one of the problems we're seeing, we yanked one of the plugs out. It's super coked in gas and oil, which means it's going to be really hard to start. It's because it either was running super rich and also may have some oil issues from bad rings or something like that. Not good. This one's fresh, as you can see, no garbage on it. nice sharp corner on the electrode. This will help it fire right up.
Like a champ. It's beautiful. It just won't race. Not yet. Busy day. Got a drive shaft made, got that installed, put our exhaust system back in, hooked up everything else that goes with the transmission. Tranny cooler, shifter, tranny lines, all that stuff. New carburetor. Ended up changing all the spark plugs because they were all fouled. Just needs a little tuning, tweaking, clean up the mess we made, and we will hit the road tomorrow. I'm hoping we get to Chicago for pizza. It's kind of my goal. Maybe some donuts in the snow because it's supposed to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Well, we're still at Midwest Images here in New Baden, Illinois, and we are itching to leave, so owner Mikey's in there patching our floorboards so we don't freeze to death, while I adjust our ignition timing curve. This thing is unhappy, and the reason it's unhappy is we put a brand new distributor in, was it last summer when we tried to race this thing? And from the factory, they have a very slow ignition advance curve. So I'm gonna adjust that. I'm gonna take the distributor cap off, and I'm gonna replace these two heavy springs with a pair of lightweight ones that will allow these weights to spring out quickly. So instead of having 20 degrees of timing advance at 4,500 RPM, we're gonna have it at about 3,000 RPM, and this thing will be much snappier, much more responsive, and less likely to shoot fireballs into the air like we've had happen already today.
So these are our Mickey Thompson ET Streets. It's basically a groove slick. They're calling for a blizzard in Chicago. These are not gonna work. Went out and got some like light truck mud and snow tires for the back of this thing that are still pretty tall so we can cruise. They're gonna work and at least hopefully get us there. You know, if the engine doesn't explode. We took it around the block and the El Camino overheated immediately. We're like, oh, I wonder if it has coolant in it. Turns out it's full of chunky brown milkshake garbage. So
why is that, Tony?
Likely the head gaskets on this thing are smoked.
Why is that, Tony?
I guess Tex must have sold us a bum motor. I don't know, man.
Dare you throw Howard under the bus like that?
Several times at the track last time, the belt came off the water pump, and there was a long return road, and this thing got to like a 280 degrees. So
did the belt come off when you refused to lift?
Listen, that is just a thing you need to accept. I'm never letting off the gas. Period. Easy. It's a finely tuned machine. Hit it.
We got nothing. Did the installation of the carpet break the starter? Dude, the wiring in here is sketchy.
You think?
You see any wire?
I don't see any wires, dude.
There's no wires going to the starter.
I mean, there's one big red one, obviously, but that's it.
That's gonna be reliable.
Fantastic.
Jiggle a bunch of wires and, okay, let's put the hood back.
All right, she's fixed.
We're not going to fix the problem. This is roadkill. We're just going to ignore it, put the hood on and drive.
Hell yeah, don't turn
Wait
it
for
off.
it to snow before it really screws us. Okay, it won't run with the hood on.
All right, it hates the hood. Copy that. Try now.
Like Fonzie. Let's go on an adventure. Woohoo!
Working on 260 there. quarter mile.
Wow, it's at 265 already. That can't be right.
It's climbing like straight up, dude.
There's no way.
It's supposed to make a left here. I can smell it.
Wow, we didn't get very far.
I can see the shop from here. All right, so the belt came off immediately.
At 2,000 RPM.
And
it's brilliant. So that actually was 280 degrees.
280 degrees.
Yeah.
Not good. Not in the good zone.
This is a recurring problem, but it didn't start occurring until Leadfoot over here didn't lift at the drag strip.
You know you're supposed to hit the gas when you're racing. Everybody knows that, right?
I feel good about this.
What?
I feel good about this. Go get an extra belt or 10.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Is your side loud? My side's loud.
This is loud. They're running good, though. Sounds good. Well, we don't have a volt gauge, so it was news to us that the charging system wasn't working. And we only discovered it after things in the car started malfunctioning, like the tach started reading weird, O2 sensor stopped working, finally the ignition just shut off completely, so we got another battery. We're gonna ratchet strap it to the roll bar and just get off the road. And then we'll figure out a solution for the charging system.
Nothing has charged the car since we left the shop this afternoon. So we got a battery brought to us from the side of the road, threw it in, limped our way to this AutoZone, ran out of gas at one point, filled it back up. Now we're here, crudely reinstalling our wiring solution. And look at that beauty. Look at her.
Good about all of this. With enough insulation.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a fire hazard at all.
Wait, that is the battery. This side. That's not going to the battery. You know what I'm saying? Yep. All right, we have decided that our old alternator was shot and the wire that we put in wasn't helping anybody anyway, so we're gonna put a new alternator in it.
Yes. That's sure to fix the problem. When all else fails, replace every available part.
Hold on.
That's troubleshooting, friends.
Also, if you're gonna break down, try to break down in an AutoZone parking lot. That ain't right.
Did I rev it?
Nothing?
That's why it wasn't working.
We got no exciter wire.
So the difference between parts replacers and mechanics is their ability to realize their own tomfoolery and mistakes. We just changed an alternator. And then we discovered the exciter wire going to the old alternator had no voltage going to it, thereby rendering the old alternator useless and the new one. Back to the store to buy more stuff, to replace more things.
I hot-wired the igniter right to the positive terminal. Now this thing is charging, and we're gonna hit the road.
What day is it?
It's Thursday.
We're early.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's 6 degrees here in Chicago.
6.
Yeah. We drove 240 miles last night.
Damn right. I believe it's minus 14 where we're headed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hang out in Chicago for a little while, get some deep dish pizza, maybe tune the car a little bit, inside of a shop where it's warm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like men, because that's how men do things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Inside, where it's toasty.
Yeah. Dude, killer day already. And now we are inside of Speed Inc. here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and we're gonna tune this thing. We're gonna make it run as good as we possibly can before we go drive it on a frozen lake.
I nailed it. 284. 284 ain't bad, dude. They threw the belt off again for the 9 millionth time, and it's a little bit lean, but like rock steady. So we'll put a couple jet sizes in the main jet, and it should be cool.
It's gonna rip.
But we have to deal. We're gonna change the belt first, and it's gonna come off again. Belt keeps popping off, and it's getting really frustrating because we just don't have good alignment. I either need a fan spacer or I guess I could throw a washer behind the water pump pulley, but really the whole thing is kind of rigged up in there, and it would take some real doing to fix it.
We put 4 main jets in it, dropped the air fuel ratio from 13.5 to 1 down to 13 to 1. Picked up 10 pounds of torque, and it eliminated a bog down low when you first get into the pull. But up top, horsepower didn't really move it much at all, maybe 1. So we're gonna throw 2 degrees of timing in it right now, see if it picks up there, and if it doesn't, we're done tuning it NA, and there's a snowstorm coming, so I think we're gonna hit the road.
But it runs clean, and it's making like 285 horsepower with these giant mud and snow heavy-ass tires in the back.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy with this.
Oh yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds gnarly. If the belt would stay on, we'd be in business.
Like clockwork.
I think we leave it.
Yeah, we got almost 300 pound-feet of torque at the tires now, and then the belt fell off.
Yep.
And so did the pickup for the RPM trace, so we don't know what the horsepower is.
But I'm assuming it's probably better. We're probably in the neighborhood of 300 horsepower at the tires.
I think we are.
I think we're good.
Let's let it stop smoking, and then, maybe get a belt that fits, put some coolant in it, and drive.
All right.
Because snow's coming.
Snow is lots. They're calling for like 8 to 14 inches. No big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I want you to not do is test out our newfound power since we're driving into a blizzard now, okay?
I get it. I get it. So we're driving along through a blizzard like total idiots. There's inches of snow on the ground and inches more falling. Let's call it a snowstorm. We don't have wipers. It's got a spool in it. It's a bad idea.
We also apparently don't have any coolant flow because the temp just kept climbing and climbing, kind of settled around 250 degrees, and then at some point the heater just stopped blowing hot air out, so.
We know there's no coolant flowing through the heater core, so.
Yeah. On the bright side, the slush is gone. Remember all that sludge?
Yeah.
Totally gone now.
Where is it though?
Well, it's probably at the bottom.
Yeah. I feel medium about it.
Oh, it snowed in the car.
No.
Right in the seat. No.
Hold on. It's getting there. Just breathe on the throttle a little bit, just a touch. Just a little bit, just a... Turn it on. There you go. Yeah, now
seen this gauge say 280 degrees.
That's because that's as far as it goes.
Like 10 times.
I can't see anything. You're doing great. All I'm seeing is
Doing great.
I feel good about it.
There's your boy.
All right, here we go. Oh, there's another curve.
24 hours to go till race day. We are at my buddy Tom's shop, and we are going to probably R&R the cylinder heads off of this thing to find and fix our coolant leak. It is raining under this car.
Yep.
This is something I've never experienced. Yeah, put the car up on the lift, put on your rain
You
gear.
plowed it in here, man. It was like, we just scooped up so much and then brought it right in. Yeah. That's the different valve.
That is a different valve. See how these are the same?
Yeah, these are the same.
Yeah, these are different valves. That's probably why they don't fit. These valves don't even fit in this head.
So with the first inspection of these heads, now that they're off, seeing a couple problems for sure. This intake valve's got a big chunk out of it. That's never good. That could be from detonation or something like that. Definitely some damage or something went through the motor. This exhaust valve I'm looking at, I noticed that it's not seated in as far as these other two. And the more I look at it, Finn noticed that it's actually a different valve. You see how thin, how it's shaped, how this little dome inside, this cup is big on this one and small on that one. That's not right. They're not sitting the same. I'm sure they're not the same installed height. I can see from here they're not the same installed height. So that's a problem in and of itself.
Things are not looking too good. When we took that head off, the first two head bolts I pulled out, the middle ones, coolant gushed out and there wasn't any sealant on the threads. And all of those head bolts need thread sealant on them because they're not blind, which means they go right into coolant. So if you don't seal them, they're gonna leak. And that could very well be why we were leaking coolant into the combustion chamber and having it come out the tailpipe. So we're getting heads. Yeah. Sold. A little detour, that's all. These are beautiful.
Yeah, these are way nicer than the whole car.
And it's gonna be lighter, which means faster.
Mm-hmm. So we went down and did a little bit of the splurge at a local speed shop because we have to get right back on the road. And the only thing they had that would work right out of the box for us are a killer set of Dart Pro 1 aluminum cylinder heads. They've got 185cc intake runners, 64cc chambers, with a little bit more compression. But best part is they're set up for a hydraulic flat tappet cam, which we have. We can bolt them on, and if our push rods are the right length, we can just hit the road.
More importantly, they have accessory bolt holes at the end of the cylinder heads, which is the real reason we bought new heads. It was so that we could bolt our alternator on here and keep the belt from flying off. People, that's the tip here.
Yes.
When your belt falls off, buy new heads. Look at that. Intake's on, rockers are adjusted. This is going way too smoothly, which makes me terrified that we're gonna get right to the end, go to put our headers on, and they're not gonna fit these angle plug cylinder heads.
Hey.
But let's not think about that.
We've got hammers, dude.
We have hammers. This will not go in there because of that header. This and this will solve the problem.
Burning off the protective coating, he says. Doesn't seem right. You sure?
Doesn't look right from where I'm standing.
You sure this is right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure this is good for me, right?
Got it.
Oh yeah, it's working.
Now, if it doesn't stay full,
yeah,
I'm gonna throw tools.
That's it. I'm walking away from this thing.
I'm gonna throw tools, light a match, and head
I'll be
to a
like,
bar.
Uber, how far is Philadelphia? Do it. Sounds pretty good. Reasonable. Done. It sounds great. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, be good now.
Yay. Let's go.
Cool.
Well, we handled that in record time. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. And we're only 250 miles away from our destination. So I see no reason why we cannot arrive there tomorrow stylishly on time, which is weird for us. And Tony's gonna win lots of races. And first time ever, he will not break the car.
What?
He promised me that.
Sorry, I like to put the pedal down all the way. I'll be drinking beers. I'll watch you race.
Not a bad day's work.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, let's go ice racing.
Pretty good.
We finally made it to Merrill, Wisconsin to meet up with the Merrill Ice Draggers. Since 1965, these crazy racers have been making an 8-mile drag strip on a frozen lake in the middle of winter. It's turned into a huge event with hundreds of people, snowmobiling, drag racing, all kinds of fun. And it's all out on a frozen lake, which is unbelievable and totally unnerving to drive out onto. I think right now you're on a lake.
I think so.
I think you're on a frozen lake right now.
There's no grip.
Forget about the grip. Worry about falling through.
That too. There's a lot of people out here.
Nobody seems concerned about this.
Not at all.
Today is our professional ice racing debut. Earl Camino is ready. Put new cylinder heads on it yesterday. New friends of ours gave us spiked tires today. I see no reason why you cannot win this entire race.
That's right.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, let's put these on.
Yeah.
Which they set us up with these gnarly tires. We thought we could like come in a little bit early, throw a couple screws in, some tires we brought, and hit the road, but this is like 10,000 screws.
I think you do a wheelie with these.
Yeah, this is gonna be gnarly.
Car's
I'm
wheelie
really
here?
excited. I just want to feel what this
Car's
does.
wheelie here? Then you better wheelie.
Car's wheelie here?
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, let's put them on. Let's go.
I don't even know what this is like. When you get to the end of the track and you let off the throttle, do you just spin out? I mean, you throw it to neutral and coast? Like, I have no idea how to drag race on ice with spiked tires. So I'm just gonna send it.
All right, we're about to take the first round of the El Camino. Finnegan's driving. They told me to line him up on a fresh patch of ice, which is ridiculous. They say they get deep ruts and it'll throw you all over the place. So I did my best. I think he's all set up. We've got our stud tires on, and we're gonna see how this thing runs. I think it felt pretty strong on the highway, so I'm excited.
Here we go.
Roadkill out of California, lane 2. Lanes are tight.
Come on, baby.
Travis got out here with a crash time of 5.22.
Did he win?
Roadkill, right lane takes it.
Woo! We won something! Unbelievable!
0 miles an hour.
Woo!
Got a ET of 9.441 and 72.3.
Nice! Finn won his first race with a 940. That's almost as fast as we went on the dry. That's unbelievable. The studded tires are awesome. Car's running great. We won something. You won!
I know!
We won something!
I left it in drive and it bogged, so.
Yeah, but dudes are like, oh, he killed it. That's perfect. Whatever you did, do it again. Whatever bog you made happen and down to, they're like, oh yeah, that's pretty good for first time. They're like, oh, all right.
Well, apparently we're bracket racing because that time slip says 10 seconds and we broke out. Yeah, here we go.
One job. Finn got a little pumped, red lighted at the line, threw the run in the trash. The car's running strong, so we definitely can get some fast runs today, and then I'll get in the car and I'll go a little faster.
That was
racing, not qualifying?
That's racing. There's no qualifying.
Okay.
But your ET was a 9.2, so we've already gone as fast as we've ever gone in this car, period.
That was awesome. Oh my God. Any day you can do something you've never done before, almost crash just trying to stop, and then get a high five for losing, that's the best day at work ever right there.
Thank you. What did it do?
It slowed down, but you freed him.
Yeah.
So find some ET in the whole shot or shifting.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. So you're good. We're not gonna break out. So the better you drive, the closer we're gonna get.
Awesome. It just went. I was like, yup.
Oh, good traction, huh?
Yeah. I can't believe it.
These tires are insane. This car's so cool. I have fallen in love with Earl again. I have.
Yeah. This thing ripped.
This is awesome. Roadkill showed up to something by the seat of their pants and is still racing after round one. This never happens. You got this. All right. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just pick up like half a second.
No problem.
Go. Stay. Treat him. Wow. Tony left like a large kid going after the last cupcake.
I can't believe the grip in this thing. It's hilarious. Oh, I want to do this forever.
Woo! You're gonna love this.
What?
Not only did you tree him and win the race, you broke out.
What?
You're at an 885.
What?
Best pass ever in this car.
Woo!
On ice or pavement.
Oh boy!
And to make it better, he broke out worse trying to run you down.
Yeah, he was flying at the end.
So you get to go on another round.
What?
So now what you have to do is tree the next guy,
and not then
right at the very end, look over, and if he's not there,
chill.
Dump it.
Okay.
Stuff that in your bra.
Will do.
Wow. Roadkill, kicking ass. No fluids on the track that we know of. It's been a good day.
So I ran an 880, which is too fast for this class. But since I basically beat the guy at the light, he has way more car and ran an 8.6, broke out worse than we did, so we win. But I get to go on and race the next guy. Also, this car ran 8 seconds on ice.
On ice.
Unbelievable, dude.
We suck less this time.
Yeah, it's actually awesome.
There's a Bob Krieger out of Ocasio Falls, lane 1. Roadkill out of California, lane 2, and they are tight.
Come on, go, buddy, go!
Lane 1 broke out. Giving it to Roadkill, lane 2 with an ET of 9.028. Almost perfect.
Woo!
Nice work.
It bogged on me off the line. That's why my reaction time is so slow, but it saved my ass at the end there.
Yeah.
Bog helped you win.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You guys ready then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going right away?
Woo! This is crazy.
All right, now I'm really in a moral dilemma here. This is for the finals.
This is the final.
Roadkill fans,
but Eugene in my old car is going against him in the finals. I really don't know who to pick.
Come on, Tony.
Looks like Roadkill lane 2 red-lighted on us. Leaving Eugene Fakes getting out of here with a reaction time of miles an hour.
Damn it!
He stole the converter up, I saw myself, and just pushed it. He pushed the front tires right through the beams, the red lighted. Oh, I really want to see a good race there. But that was fun.
I want a rematch. What? Beautiful. Thanks, man. Nice. I got a trophy. We don't get these on Roadkill.
You realize what we just did, right?
What's that?
Dude, just took a car with a dead transmission 4 days ago, put a trans in it, drove it 250 miles, overheated it nuclear hot, put a set of cylinder heads on it last night.
Yep.
Drove here, entered a bracket race that we didn't even know existed.
That's true.
And you just got second place.
That's right, yeah.
Dude.
This is the best day.
Ever.
Ice racing is awesome.
Yeah.
The fact that we even got here, I'm stoked about, but yeah, this is what a day.
You know, the Earl Camino is not the best looking car we've ever bought, and it's certainly not the fastest thing in the Roadkill fleet. But old Earl has given us something we've never experienced before, and that's speed on frozen water. And for that, we are thankful.
I mean, yes, I got a second place trophy, but I feel like for Roadkill, that's as good as it's gonna get. And we didn't even turn the nitrous on. So who knows what this thing is capable of. Hopefully, we'll get to find out more on a future episode of Roadkill.
Let's wait till it thaws out before we drive Earl again.
Yeah, or it goes south.
It's no heat thing. It's cramping my style.
Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
Install it or drink beer?
Let's drink beers.
Okay. That's a good first day, guys. Thanks. Nice work. Nice work.
Cigarettes and tiny liquor bottles, just what you'd expect inside her new Balenciaga. Wild romance turned dreams into an empire, self-made success. Now she rolls with Rockefellers. Survival of the richest. The city's ours until they fall. Their money go in hands bound, but we don't feel like outsiders. We are the new American love. High on legal marijuana. Rise on Biggie, anyone know? We are the new American love. Young James Deal. Some say he looks just like his father, but he could never love somebody's daughter. Football team loved more than just a game, so he vowed to be his husband at the altar. Survival of the richest. The city's ours until they fall. Their money go in hands bound, but we don't feel like outsiders. We are the new American love. High on legal marijuana. Rise on Biggie, anyone know? We are the new American love. We know very well who we are, so we hold it down when summer starts. wind blowing lately. We are the new American love, high on legal marijuana, rise on Biggie marijuana. We are the new Americana. We are the new American love, high on legal marijuana, rise on Biggie marijuana. We are the new Americana.
Well done.
Nice work.
This time on Roadkill, the stupidest fun we've had going nowhere and not doing burnouts.
It's all floppy now.
It's the whole transmission.
Yeah.
We were in the mood for a good old-fashioned roadkill road trip, and so here's how that went down. I was on vacation. Finnegan bought a truck sight unseen somewhere here in Jackson, Wisconsin, and we're gonna just roll up this roll-up door. You're gonna see the vehicle at the same time I do. We're gonna hop in it. We're gonna drive it away. Yay! Whoa! There it is. So this is like a 61 to 67 Ford Econoline. I know that's when they made them. I don't know what year this one is.
This is the truck that you sit next to the engine in, right? Hey, we have a tachometer.
We have an Evel Knievel.
We have an Evel Knievel.
Check that out.
We have a shifter.
Ooh, that's a good bonus.
I don't really want to know anymore. I don't know what engine is in it.
I think the ad said it was a 289, right? I'm just looking how little sheet metal is protecting me from you rear-ending somebody.
I'm looking at the number of holes in the floor that cold air is going to come through because it's 40 degrees here in Wisconsin right now.
Fire it up.
Let's go.
This is cool. I see how this is going to go.
Starting fluid?
Smells like varnish. Okay, well that plan didn't go very far. Perfect. Oh man, runs sweet-ish. Guess we're gonna need a case of starting fluid. Doesn't run nearly as badly as I'd hoped.
Give it time.
Yeah.
All right, we have right side turn signal.
How about brakes? Yeah, brake lights.
Dude, this thing's legit. Let's just go before something bad happens.
I know. Let's go.
Ready for adventure?
Does it have brakes?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Oh, funky.
Feels like we're
so
gonna
clear.
Fall out the front of this thing.
I know. Oh, this thing is weird.
Let's find a gas station.
Okay. So what's our plan?
Let's just drive towards warm.
Yeah.
And whatever comes our way. I've never driven anything that the steering wheel didn't return to center on. It looks like I'm driving drunk.
The boxes on these things always get like a full turn of play in them too.
So far, it's treating me good.
Uh-oh. No, it's not.
That's a gas station. We'll be fine.
Do you smell it?
Yeah, what is that?
See the temp gauge?
Oh, no way.
It's already overheating. 220.
We just laughed.
Oh, it's pouring steam. Oh, we have a problem.
Oh, right next to us.
Yes. There's water pouring out of the radiator. The news was not good. Look at that.
It's very low.
How clogged does it look? 3-row
It doesn't
radiator.
at all.
It's not at all. It looks
No.
pretty new and good. Do you want to hit the thermostat housing in case the thermostat's stuck?
Yes.
I'm gonna hope it just had no water in it and that's why it's overheating. That water's not moving.
This demands actual problem solving and mechanical skill.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
I'm declaring it good enough for us for right now.
I like it.
15 minutes, it'll be a different story.
Let's ride. New goal. Live. Go somewhere south. Live. Maybe do a burnout.
Does that tack actually work?
It is functioning.
And it's already back to 180 degrees, but maybe that's where the thermostat is.
Maybe the gauge is wrong.
It's kind of warm. It's like a heater.
Maybe we need to cardboard the bottom.
We might need to. It is missing that belly pan thing these are supposed to have.
We've gone several blocks. I feel pretty good.
I'm okay if it runs at 210, if it just stays there.
Yeah.
Let me look. Oh yeah, water's coming out. Oh yeah, here it comes.
Oh yeah, we're over. All right, we need some cardboard.
We're going to employ some zip ties, some duct tape, and a little bit of cardboard. Maybe duct some air from out here into that radiator. And that may not fix it, but I'll feel better about it because we made the effort.
Here. Okay. It'll look good, if anything. We decided to make a log of our trip, so we're gonna write down our odometer reading and what happened. So, purchased it in Jackson, Wisconsin. And then pretty much 0.2 miles later, overheated. And then 0.2 miles later.
Overheated, but we worked on it.
See this tire right here? This is an actual Sears tire. When do you think the last time was that they made one of those? Look at the cracks in the sidewall. Yeah. Don't tell Finnegan. All right, we're off. We've got the belly pan on it now. Maybe it'll fix it. 150 degrees right now.
Stay cool, car.
You can do a burnout. I'm telling you, commit. Oh, that sounded terrible. Oh, this one's going. Is that one going? Slowly, but yes. Yeah. All I did was a burnout. There.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks. Oh, look. This is blowing up now. Hey, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
That means it worked. We're scientists.
Cardboard for the win.
Wow. That's scientific. We're geniuses.
40 miles an hour really feels like our sweet spot.
Yeah.
215 degrees at temp.
Now I'm starting to smell the coolant though.
Yeah, but it's getting hotter. Oh, we're steaming.
Oh yeah. We need a better radiator cap. That's the problem.
That sounds good.
It's
Sure.
the same as the ugly truckling.
Yes. This is a good spot. I like this.
You got your marker handy?
Yes. Oh, that just... Goodbye. Holy crap.
He's scared. Ugh. Doesn't breathe good.
It's less happy than it was before.
That tastes bad. My new theory is that our radiator cap doesn't have a good enough seal on it. It's just bypassing too soon.
Hey, we went almost 3 miles.
It just blew off the bypass hose. It's no big deal. We need a new radiator cap.
I really appreciate the consistency of the evil Econoline. It's let us down 4 times, every 3/10 to 1 full mile, overheating. Step 1 of Freiburger's plan, install a new radiator cap. All right, check. Step 2 of our plan of just throwing parts at it instead of identifying the actual problem, let's put a reservoir on here. I feel good about that.
5.8 miles so far.
We're making progress.
What are our odds?
7 miles.
7. I like it. Highway 43, that takes us to Milwaukee. 190 degrees. still climbing. Maybe he put the wrong sensor in it. Oh, now it's steaming everywhere.
It's wet, dude.
Now we're screwed. Yeah, now you're pulling over.
We're getting burned.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh my god.
That could have gone better. Okay, that didn't work. The radiator cap held the water in much longer when the temperature got much worse, but I think we're finally gonna have to go to thermostat. And if it isn't that, then we're into like strapping the radiator to the front of the truck or something. Man, it's puking everywhere on the ground. This would be overheating stop number 5. See this? The thermostat is still hot enough that it is wide open. So a stuck thermostat is not our problem.
So after 5 overheating stops and like 10 miles, we finally gave in and had the video crew drive us to get parts. We ended up replacing the water pump, even though the old one kind of seemed okay, and we swapped out that Junkyard electric fan for a new larger one. And a couple of hours later, we were back on the road.
So far, so good. I can't decide if there's another gear or not.
Yes.
Hey. Come on, you pile. You can go 4 miles. I smell things.
190. Okay, 200 degrees. Let's see, Napa. Auto parts.
All right, it's time for desperate measures. Put the radiator outside the truck. Scotch-brite the balancer and find TDC. Time it.
Yeah, we're screwed. The worst part is this means we have to actually resort to butchery.
We don't normally do that. I mean,
I know.
That's not our style, but yeah, I'm thinking the radiator, I mean, it needs to be standoff.
Standoff.
Yeah, two ice chests behind it. We'll have zip ties, ratchet straps, and Gorilla Tape affixing our new cooling system.
Oh, dude.
That's engineering. When you can hang your radiator from your wiper post and still use the wipers.
This is unusual levels of desperation even for us.
I feel right at home.
Because this wasn't cheap. This is about 450 bucks worth of stuff, but that's 450 bucks worth of being on the road instead of overheating in Wisconsin for a week.
We are plumbing. We've got some PVC right angle elbows from the hardware store. We're gonna get this connected to the engine, and then we're gonna hit the road, find out, will it still overheat?
This has been a home run, man. Way easier than we expected. We're just about got the radiator plugged into this thing. What did you do? Yeah, it's just rust water. There's no antifreeze in there. Well, we're almost ready to fire this thing up and make it drink its water. This is gonna work. Confidence. Ooh, it drank. Something's pumping that water. That's like encouraging.
Hey, good news. It's not overheating yet.
Really? Then we won. I think the brand new water pump was key to our success.
I'm not yet ready to claim victory, but I do feel good about the effort we made.
He hate me wouldn't do us wrong for a 9th time. No.
Here we go.
Don't get cocky.
Dude, it's 130 degrees.
Yes, it is. The fumes definitely suck.
How about, can you open your glass?
Ah, good idea.
Maybe if you taped the seam, the exhaust wouldn't be coming in here as much. Oh, here's Good Hope Road. Let's get off there.
I like it.
All right.
Success.
That was winning. This thing doesn't even run 150 degrees now.
We are the smartest men alive.
Now our problem is that we can drive well enough that the cab is completely filling with exhaust fumes. But I noticed if you hold the lid down on the doghouse, it doesn't blow up unless fumes get in. So we need to tape that down.
Because it's all going too well. 150 degrees of coolant temp,
exhaust fumes coming in the car like old school Roadkill. This is going too well today. There.
Ready? Oh man, I had no idea we had such...
Oh, don't break it.
Ooh.
Jesus.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe in he hate me.
There we go.
Yep, no faith. This one didn't even spin. Oh, good.
Oh, good. Traffic.
Yeah.
That's less death from tires exploding and more death from overheating.
Yeah.
I'll take the overheating. Everything's been going perfectly. We even got pulled over by a cop. And he was totally cool and let us go. And then we thought it was raining because there was water going on the windshield. And it is. But then it also blew apart one of the connections. So as soon as he couples that back together, we fill it up with water and we hit the road. Can we leave the key in it again, or do we love it too much now?
I'm kind of falling in love again. I don't
Really? Again?
Yeah.
Pretty much we're in for the night, I think.
We did 130 miles.
Not bad. Our destination is still another 12 hours away. It's the journey, as it always is on Roadkill. This has actually been pretty cool. This is kind of old school for us.
We're here for the adventure.
Yeah.
And the carbon monoxide.
Morning. Time to decide what we're actually doing here.
We still need to head south to Sunshine in America, and you have a map.
I do.
I like it.
So here's what I was thinking, is that we need a destination.
Yeah, we're by the water.
Waukegan? Hot Rod Magazine is having the top speed shootout thing that they do at the Arkansas Mile, which is 505 miles from here. It's all about just like trying to get there and seeing some cool stuff along the way and making it 250 miles in a whole day.
If we don't suffocate, I think we can make it.
You know what else I got?
Oh, great. We'll know before we suffocate that we're suffocating. I love it.
Yeah, but if we do,
that fixes everything. And nobody stole the truck.
I keep leaving the key in it and it keeps still being here. What is with that?
Oh, we're already gonna die.
Is that loud enough that we'll hear it?
Yeah.
Heading south, heading to paradise.
Uh-oh, I think I just broke this.
Finny broke it.
Okay, here. Here you go. I saved it.
All right, thanks. Okay, so we're gonna go to Volo Auto Museum.
There it is.
I've seen this place online. I've looked at their cars for sale and stuff. I've never been here.
This is the one that has the copy of your car, right?
They used to. Wow, much bigger than I thought.
Oh, it's like a town. Look at it.
This is Volo Auto Museum, which is in Lake Moore, Illinois. I saw this was on the map and I had to come here.
These are really nice.
Oh, wow. I like 66 Novas and 67's better. Oh, check this out. Only 60 grand, it could be yours.
30 of it's in the motor.
It is. Every car is for sale. 42 grand, you could have this one.
442. Wow, this place is cool. You can buy all these cars. You could make some bad decisions in this place and feel great about it for about 20 minutes till you drive home and have to tell your wife what you did.
Yeah, but we're Roadkill. It's our job. Let's put money down. I'll drive something out of here. So as you may know, the Chevy small block came out in 1955 and the 350 came out in 1967.
Right.
This is a display from the original auto shows that they made that's a cutaway of a 350, a turbo 350, and a 12-bolt posi rear end. And look.
No way.
Isn't that amazing?
This is brilliant.
Look, you can see the oil pump gears turning. Look. We're looking at a Bluesmobile. Cop shocks, cop brakes, cop motor. Let's just stay here for the next, week. Remember how I said we were going to Arkansas for the top speed event?
No, I've forgotten all about that
Yeah,
already.
me too, because it's noon. On the road again!
Hey.
I pressed it.
Oh, I thought we were dying. I got all excited. think it's the same hose.
Deja vu all over again. What just happened is we're cruising along, things getting warmer and warmer. We're like, is it because the temperature ambient is hotter, or is it because, no, it blew water all over the windshield again because the hose fell off.
Overheated again.
Here's the actual diagnosis of the situation here. We got a whole bunch of really great metal couplers, and then this, which is plastic, and which melted. Look at that.
I blame myself.
You know, you just got to try stuff to learn.
I have prepped the Fetzer valve for you.
Me? That means this becomes my fault from this point forward.
Yeah. Oh, careful. Careful.
Broken motor mount or what?
Dude, let's not find out.
Let's not. So here we are on the 94 in Chicago. Thing dies in the middle of the freeway. No spark. It's on.
Go off?
Off.
It's the coil.
On. I'm gonna crank it, okay? Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
It's gotta be the coil.
It overheated the coil there, and that thing's just dead, which that's happened a lot on Roadkill. So we bought another one. We'll be out of here before dark, which is great because we don't have any headlights.
Something's pinched in
Oh, wait, hold on. You got a wire into there. Try it now.
Done.
Now.
Okay. The coil was garbage, and the points were barely opening, and so I opened those up a little bit, and it was much snappier. Hey, net progress today, 30 miles.
How about No! Ah, hell again. I'm not stopping. I will burn this bitch to the ground. No! No! That's smoke. No! Oh, God.
It's steaming?
Yeah. Son of a...
What? Yeah, the tape thing just doesn't work. So I'm going for the new Freiburger trickery here. See, we're losing the gaff tape, we're going to the Gorilla tape. It's gonna be superior just in that measure. I'm also gonna double hose clamp it. And the thing is, only an amateur would put on 2 hose clamps, you know, like this. No way, you gotta offset the pressures like that and make it perfect. There's gonna be no way this comes apart again. It's all fun and games when your cooling system fails, but we now have to drive at night and we have no headlights. We can't figure out why, because they worked when we bought this turd. Are they on right now?
Yeah.
Nothing. How about floor switch? I bet it's floor switch. Whoa, fixed. All right, let's go. There we go, 55 South St. Louis.
Yep. We're running at a cool 125 degrees.
All right, great. Do you realize this would be a devastatingly bad day for most people?
I think sane people would have just pushed the thing off a cliff 2 days ago. Not us. I believe...
Up. The accelerator just broke!
Wait, I can fix it.
So right now we're at the side of the freeway while Finnegan is on the floor attempting to reattach the throttle.
All right, we're good.
I feel so safe.
Safe enough to find the hotel and stop for the night?
We may have to.
I feel like we've had a lot of adventure today.
This right now feels exactly like what it's like pulling the parachute at Bonneville.
Really?
Like, that was a great ride. I lived.
Yeah.
That's what that is like. Relief. This is Roadkill Day, Friday the 13th. Nothing could possibly go wrong. You know what the beauty of today is? We really have no idea where we're going. However, I am going to take Finnegan to a significant local cultural center this morning. It's going to be great.
You know what this is? It's just one long test drive. We have full-on chitty-chitty bang-bang exhaust happening right now.
Correctional Center, originally known as Illinois State Pen. It is featured in the motion picture The Blues Brothers. Check it out. Old Joliet Prison. This is crazy cool.
Joliet State Prison. Hell of a detour for us, and he hate me.
This was built in the mid-1850s. They made the prisoners build their own prison out of the limestone from the area. They actually quarried it. We read that the cells are 7 by 7 by 4. 4 feet wide.
2 people in there.
With 2 people in them.
There's your roof.
Yeah.
You fart in there, you kill the other guy in the cell. It looks like if you had a screwdriver, you could turn that lock.
Breaking into prison. It's gonna break the knife. You'll get arrested going in there anyway.
It'd be worth it.
But it'd be worth it. Yeah, I should probably rewatch Blues Brothers. I haven't memorized that one.
Classic flick.
Yep. Look. Yep, there you go.
Belushi on a wall. There's the penguin.
Cool. Do you want to go see the Bluesmobile on a stick?
Yes.
There it is.
Look at that.
Genuine Monaco on a stick.
And it's got the speaker, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's the key.
Oh, this is cool.
Cop suspension, cop brakes.
We put a man on the moon. We put a Monaco on a stick.
Our near-death experience is coming to an end.
Yeah, we are. We're at the end of this journey.
Yeah, paradise didn't happen, but it was still a pretty good trip. I had fun.
Well, we really never had a successful test.
Burnouts?
And donuts.
And donuts? Oh, wow. This is Donut Central. I think it's about time for a little roadkill behind the scenes.
We started out with 61,255 miles on the clock.
So we didn't even go 400 miles according to that. And once I tell you that the odometer is off by 15 miles per hour, we've really probably only went 50 miles total in 5 days.
We came into Milwaukee. We bought this vehicle roughly right there. And then on day 1, we went roughly right there. And then on day 2, we were pretty much right there. And then on day 3, I think we made it to...
We went like sideways.
And then yesterday we cannonballed all the way down here to like...
We never made it to Chicago.
No. And then we went down here to Joliet today, and this is where we saw the Blues Brothers prison and all that stuff. And then we got on the highway and we were headed back home, because what we were gonna do is return the truck to the guy we bought it from. But then it started raining, but it's freezing. The thing is hydroplaning. We're all gonna die. So this is end. It's all over. Burnouts? On this episode, we set out to do a good old-fashioned roadkill road trip, just buying garbage and hitting the highway. And we had fun. I mean, the museum was cool, some of our sightseeing, cruising in this worthless truck. But the fact is, the Econoline is actual sewage. I mean, this thing is a pile. So much so that I'm not really sure you'll see this again in a future episode. And here's why. It's so weak and pathetic, it wouldn't even do a burnout on rock-hard ancient tires. And so in the end, we decided to go to desperate measures. The reverse sled.
Oh, dude, you broke the back of the transmission off.
Parts might have
It's everywhere. It's a triple homicide. You didn't break the U-joint. You broke the back off the transmission.
That is some shrapnel. Look at his dragging junk on the ground. You gotta give me credit. That's the best transmission failure we've ever had on Roadkill, right?
Oh, you win.
Give it something.
You win.
Woo!
Support companies that support Roadkill. Buy your speed parts at jegs.com.
She's gonna blow! We're on fire. I know, the locals think we're crazy. Oh, that's the hotel right there. 2-hour parking, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Except, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
Let's leave the key in it and hope it's gone by the time we get back.
I feel good about that. Sure.